just me.
Oh my god.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the King of Tides, Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream show. Yeah, we're in, Hannah. Wake up! Here we go. Welcome everybody. We are Hero Club. If you don't know what our main thing is, what we do, we have a podcast. If you check out our About section, you'll see all about it. Or you can go to HeroClubPodcast.com. But we take our D&D shows that we play live around the table, record them, virtual table right now. We do these remotely as well. And then we mix them down and edit them with sound effects and music. And then we put them up in a big anthology series with all different kinds of stories that you can just hop right in on wherever you like. You don't have to catch up with a bunch of episodes. So go ahead and check that out. And welcome to tonight, where we play in our Emporia universe. If you have ever listened to Here There Be Monsters, you'll recognize this universe. A couple of things about it, just so everybody kind of gets on the same page. Everybody is playing an anthropomorphic animal character. So we'll get around to who our PCs are in just a moment. In terms of technology, we're like mid-18th century, height of pirate times. In the continent of Emporia, it is ruled by a monarchy. In this monarchy, magic has been made illegal and punishable by death and or worse. And there is only one religion permitted to be celebrated throughout the land. That is the Church of Soul, and they worship the sun as like a celestial being. Great, let's go around and meet everybody, shall we? Let's start with Dylan McCullum.
Hi everyone, I'm Dylan McCullum. First up, before we get into this, thank you so much everyone for your resubscribing and gifting
you guys
subs.
Are fantastic.
Oh, it's so nice. To the point where we have our first ever hype train, which none of you know what that means, but it's so great. Thank you all.
I don't know what a
everyone.
hype train is, but it's very, very cool. Thanks, guys.
My name is Dylan McCullum. I play fan favorite Nesbitt Bisbee. He is an anteater, swarmkeeper, ranger, and warlock for a little bit of fun, and it always falls on me to explain something absolutely horrific about our campaign.
Give it to us, Dylan.
I'm so sorry, everyone, to inform you that because animals are people, bugs are animals, and
Awful off the bat.
Puppies. They're puppies. They're tiny, tiny puppies.
and
They're
you know
little
what?
puppies.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry about that, and there's nothing I can do about it anymore except change classes, which I'm not going to do.
Nice.
Hannah Fagerbaki.
Hi, I'm the aforementioned Hannah Fagerbaki, and I play Cannon, a level 8 paladin who's a Canadian goose with a whole lot of horror. Woo!
Oh my gosh,
Also,
Stella.
Stella, thank you
my
so much for
God.
those 5 subs, making so many new members of the club.
Oh,
Welcome to the
my
club, everyone.
Goodness.
Too awesome, dude.
Stella!
They
Stella.
put in
Thank you.
Betty.
Oh, thanks, Stella.
Is that a hype train?
This is a hype train. We passed level 2 on the hype train. We're at level 3. We're getting to level 3.
Keep that hype train rolling,
It's a
baby.
hype
I don't know
train.
what we're talking about.
We're at
We don't know
29%.
It means a lot to us.
I have to, I'll explain it at the break.
We kind of get it. Like, we get it. We're not
We're
dumb,
not but
stupid
excited.
people.
I mean, I
We
feel
understand
pretty
it's a good
hyped.
thing, and people, it's great.
We
Thank
have
you,
to
guys.
all get on a train and have a party.
I think
Pat
Hannah
Stevens
got it.
sang about this.
Aren't we already there?
Natasha Mercado.
Oh, I'm Zaza.
Wow.
I'm Zaza Checo, and
Oh boy.
Don't do that.
I'm a hyena barbarian,
No.
and I'm level 8. And that's our intro. That's our intro.
The vibes weren't this weird pre-show, everyone. I gotta tell you, we're like re-entering hot.
Oh man, Gabe Greenspan.
Hi, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail, little bit of Warlock, little bit of Druid, whole lot of Chameleon.
That's right. And finally, we have
Whoa!
I think I'm about to shut down.
Oh no.
We good?
What's the meme?
You're
What's
Everything's
the meme?
okay?
So
the meme?
far, so
Am I
good.
still frozen?
No, you're not
No.
frozen.
No, I'm not
You're not
frozen.
frozen. Your
Something's just
audio's
gone wrong.
funky.
Your sound is just
My
crazy.
audio's funky.
Well, you
It's
Basically,
actually
figured,
pretty
gave
easy.
Jackie
We're gonna
like a
fix this.
whoa 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 intro,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
I liked it.
hey George, while you do that, Jackie, why don't you introduce yourself?
Jackie, introduce yourself.
Oh,
I'm
George, stop talking.
Jackie. Also the distraction. I'm playing Joey the Coyote, a rogue, arcane trickster, destruction cleric. I like to blow things up. And I'm not very good at being a rogue. And that's my intro. Yay!
Stretch it out, Jack. Fill the time.
Now, am I okay? Check, check.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
You're
very
sounding
good.
good. I think
You
we just had a
saved me from
connection
the
issue. Thanks for
brink of
stalling out. Real
collapse.
creative and that's my intro. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. We had a crazy
George.
couple of sessions in a row, and a couple of sessions that we're going to colloquially refer to as the banquet arc. It is finally concluded. We had a crazy party that we went to at a mansion known as the Dizzy Mansion, owned by the Dizzy family in Key East. Let me see, just really quick. Is this working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you mean
Is what
music?
working?
Music?
No.
It's not
No.
working, is it? Okay.
I
cool,
loved
cool.
just the shoot from the hip yes responses. Yeah.
Yes, it's working.
Sure.
Something's working.
This is generally working.
Us as a
Gabe,
group,
Gabe,
I think
did you
so.
did you intro yourself, Gabe, or did you get
I
skipped
did.
again? Okay, you did.
How about now?
A little bit
Now is
warlock, a
there the
little bit
music?
druid, a whole lot of chameleon.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just
right,
did it
right,
real
right,
snappy
right,
and
of
cool.
course.
How's that? Is the music now playing?
No.
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no. Interesting.
Interesting,
Hannah,
folks.
sing about different coins. Silver, copper.
Oh, I was like, you got your penny here and your nickel. That's not what you meant.
But do you want us to do a recap while you get that going, George?
How about now? Hello, hello. Do you have it now?
No.
No music.
No.
But
Um,
your
Almost.
Okay.
lustrous
Well, I
voice.
don't particularly know why, but we will figure it out at some point. All right, gang. So, where we last left off, we had just gotten home to the wrong resort and casino after that long, very difficult party that we all went to. Ended in two massive crustacean insectoid behemoths exploding from the earth and terrorizing the frozen members of the guests of the party, to which all of our party heroically found help, vanquished these two massive beasts, and unfortunately our young compatriot Sven gave himself away a bit, casting an enormous lightning bolt from his hand, right in the proximity of Sergeant Harold Hornwallis of the Blackjack Guard.
I think you
just
mean a
something
liability bolt.
liability bolt. And after getting back home, he was given a serious talking to, and we kind of came right to the party as they were heading to bed. So in the meantime, while I frantically try to figure out what's going on with this music, why don't we all, what is going to bed like for each of us at the moment? I know, for example, we had just left off on Nesbit rolling over in bed, talking about the fact that something about a boat. Not exactly sure. Something about him having a boat now. So we find Nesbit getting into the covers and heading to sleep.
Yeah, Nesbit fully passes out. Today he almost died. So he's just out. He's out like a light, and that's pretty much it. The second
Great.
he says boat, he just trails away.
Cano.
I wanted to do this last week, but we had a very good ender of Nesbit saying, I have a boat, bitch, and I'm going to bed, which I didn't want to interrupt or take away from it anyway. So Cano will kind of dress Nesbit's wounds and clean him up a bit because I'm assuming he's very bloody and not looking so hot. So
Gotcha.
she'll just kind of take a moment to like clean that up, put some Neosporin on it, you know, all that good stuff.
Okay, great. So in that case, Neosporin on it. Zygo gets his wounds bound a little bit. Zygo, after that happens, you also head to bed, I take it?
Me?
Or, sorry, Nesbit's wounds, right? Is that what you're saying? So after you tend to Nesbit, Zygo, what are you up to?
I would assist Cano with that probably,
Sure.
and sort of ask what happened tonight? What came after you?
Well, you know, like you hear the tale of the birds and the bees. This was like a tale of the lobsters and bugs, and it was horrible for everyone to see.
All right. All right. Sure. I didn't know. I'm sure Zaza told you. We overheard something out in the forest about some sort of genetic splicing, a creation of such a creature.
Kano is going to do her very best
Mhm.
to not smile
Okay.
and say, "Yes, she told us something happened in the forest."
Goddamn insight check immediately. Can I please?
You may.
13.
13. So roll a deception check for me, Kano.
Okay.
Unless you'd like to give the game away.
I think that's fine. I'm
All
okay.
right. Yeah, because Kano gives you a little, like, Kano covers very well at first and then can't help but smile.
Look, we've all been there.
We've all been there?
I mean, not at a party, but yeah, I've had the old accident.
Is Zaza in the room? Can Zaza hear
I was
this?
gonna say, is
Zaza
Joey
is in the room.
Oh, here, yeah. Zaza will put her hand on Zygo's shoulder and
Do
go,
not touch me.
oh. Well, then
I asked you one thing. There was one thing that I asked you to do.
Zaza is just like kind of speechless and like not looking at Zygo, like looking at Keanu, like, come on.
All right, if you can't say it behind the back, then no, switch that. Can't say it to the face. Don't say it behind the back.
Wait, is
Thank you.
Joey in there too?
We're all in
Yeah,
one
we're
room.
all-
Everybody's in the same room.
Yeah.
Joey comes up to Zygo and very sagely pats his arm and says, "Don't worry, we all would have figured it out eventually."
How do you think you would have figured it out eventually? How do you see that line of logic going?
Zygo, the guy was so upset. The toad, he was so upset. So,
So
And
So,
I
like,
have a very
please
good
walk
sense
me
of
through this,
smell.
because I'm trying to figure out from point A to point B
So
how
you-
an upset frog means that you had to tell everybody the one thing that I told you not to tell anybody.
I only told our friends. I did not tell Ramilda.
Why would you have told Amanda? Why was it ever going to be on the table?
I did not tell everybody. I only told our friends.
I said don't tell anybody.
You know, I've never pooped my pants, but I can imagine it would be quite embarrassing.
This is my nightmare. This
So
is
how-
truly.
How much
This is
poop was
exact.
it?
This is exactly the reason why I did not want you to tell anyone.
It was a lot of poop.
Verbatim.
Was it-
No, you
was
did
it
not see.
like-
You saw the aftermath. You did not see how much poops there was. Don't you even try to say you know exactly how much poops there was. No. You smelt it, and and I will give you that. But by the time you came to me,
I have never smelled that much poop.
this is why I did not want to talk about this.
Oh man, after this fight, there's a little on the door.
Someone else answer that.
Um,
Don't be
Joey
an Alfie.
takes Sven and with Sven ducks behind the bed.
Right. There's just somebody goes to the door. Who would like to open?
Kano.
Whatever.
Kano gives a little open. It's just an attendant, a small beagle fella who is dressed in the wrong resort and casino staff outfit. He's got some fresh warm towels and a pitcher of ice cold water that he just says, "Housekeeping, Mum."
Can we have the towels and water, or are you offering to like come in and clean?
No, I there's no bath package. This is for you and your own personal use. Yes.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
Yes.
And Kenna will take that.
Why do they always ask if I'm going to bathe them?
And she will tip him a crown.
Oh, he takes the crown.
You
Forgives your
sassy beagle.
awkward question. Great, and he leaves you guys alone. Do we head to bed? Anything else we'd like to say?
Yeah, Zygo's going to sleep.
George, how many rooms do we have then? Is it just two with
We
two?
have two
Two rooms. Yeah, so just tell me who's in which room.
Oh,
and
yeah.
also, when you guys hear music, because I'm just constantly trying stuff over here and
We'll tell
nothing's
you.
working.
We will
Oh.
Just
cheer.
let me know if you hear it,
We will
okay?
cheer.
Buddy, we will dance
Yeah.
like we've never danced before.
There's a good chance I'm about to figure out like a temporary solution.
Just play it from your phone close to your.
Like you guys don't hear that right now?
No.
What on earth is going on? Okay, well. we'll figure it out
Zygo
one
will
day.
stay with Nesbit. He wants to make sure his
Gotcha.
friend's okay.
All right, you two in that room, and then the other four in the other room, or
Makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, Kenna wants to talk to Zygo real quick though.
Okay, so before you guys head out, you guys meet
It's
up in the
not about
hallway
your
for a
poop.
moment. Joey and Sven walk into the room across, followed and herded in by Zaza. Meanwhile, just before Zygo's about to close the door, Kano stops him and has a quick word at the door.
It was
Um,
not that much, honestly. She does not know what she is talking about.
Look, it happens to me when I eat enough grass
I
peppers.
don't need
Anyway,
to know more about this. Kana, what do you want to discuss?
I forgot to mention to you because so much happened at the end of the party, but at the beginning of the party, I actually met the headmaster of the university and made an appointment with him to go take a tour of the school tomorrow around, I think, 12 or so.
Ah,
Um,
that is fantastic.
is that day all right for you to?
Yeah, yes,
Um,
of course.
I didn't mention anything about a Honeyspot in particular, or any interest in that department. He was just kind of going to give a general tour, but I'm sure it wouldn't be difficult to.
Well, we have to. Our paths must cross. Yes, she is necessary for our mission. So hopefully we will. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be great. But get a
Okay.
good night's sleep.
Good night, Kana.
Good night.
The two close their doors, retire to their rooms. After a good long sleep, everybody may go ahead and gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah, we need
You
that.
know we need that. Okay, everybody. The next morning comes. Everybody finding themselves especially well rested in this very nice accommodations. You're gonna go ahead and take off. I believe it was 5 crowns each per night. For this next night, you guys are expected to pay the next morning as you walk in. So if y'all would like to do that, you may subtract that. And in doing so, you may also give yourself 1d4 inspiration for a night very well rested in these
Right.
especially nice accommodations.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so feel free to
And-
use that anywhere you like.
Remind me again, does
Damn it.
inspiration? It's you can re-roll one roll.
Yeah, no. So you can on any roll, you can roll a d4 and add it to the d20.
That's great.
It's like
Um,
having one guy.
Having like a little
Yeah.
extra guidance, right?
Great.
Okay, perfect.
How
Yes.
about that inspiration that I got from the beginning of the party? Is that completely gone?
From the beginning of the party, that is gone. If you haven't used it in the day, it is going to reset on a long rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, gang, what is your plan for the day?
Well,
Have a
I
good
know we had a
time.
couple of things we wanted to check on. We had some stores to go look at because we were given a little bit of, I think somebody is waiting on a necklace and some shards of diamond, I believe. We had somebody offered a tour at the college. Also had a couple of other things that are just out and haven't yet quite been investigated as much. So I'll kind of leave it to you guys unless you guys want to let the day and afternoon pass you by.
no.
Well, so if
No.
we're gonna go out and-
No!
if we're gonna go out and explore, I probably shouldn't look like this, and we should probably find a place to put Sven ahead of time.
He stays here, or
Well,
Nesbit? Did you say that you have a boat?
Yes. It was given to me as a man's dying wish.
What kind of night did you have last night? Did you kill someone?
Yes.
Oh,
But he asked specifically for me to do so.
better?
All right.
It was a man in pain. I was someone in pain, and they asked me to end their life. They were a skeleton, but I have their boat now, and it feels linked to me in a way that I cannot fully explain through words, but a feeling of that it is mine and mine alone. Then it became a bad night later, when I was on the precipice of death.
Nisbet has a boat. All right.
I feel like I have more questions than I have answers, but you have a boat. That is very helpful.
Right.
Do we
I
want
think
to?
the
Is this
Bring-
helpful in any way that I now have a boat, or is
Well,
this not
perhaps-
something?
Perhaps we can bring Sven to the boat and leave him there for the day.
although I don't think if he's wearing his fancy clothes, he should be questioned too much, right? Because when we're dressed fancy,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the benefit of the doubt. Mhm.
But wasn't he dressed fancy when he committed the thing? So, George, is that a question that I can ask, or is it something we?
he was dressed fancy when he did do the thing. That's correct.
you guys are similar sizes, right? Could you swap clothes? Or not swap, but kind of like mix it enough where it's like not.
I just have a gut feeling that's not going to work. I'm
Well,
gonna
that looks exactly like the magic coyote from last night, but his shirt's different.
It's
I'm gonna
possible.
disguise myself as an elephant, and we can take Sven to the boat.
As an
As an
you
elephant?
are so small.
Yeah.
You keep
It'd be a very
choosing the
small
biggest
elephant.
animals possible.
Why don't you pick like a fox? No, we already have a fox.
But like a weasel.
Or a bobcat. Or
Be a weasel.
We could even
Yeah.
go smaller. A gerbil, an hamster.
You could
a
be
bobcat.
like a rabbit, like Madame
A lynx?
A
Cassandra.
rabbit is good. Yes, like
sloth?
Madame Cassandra.
I love
I want
sloths.
to be small. I like feeling powerful.
Joey,
Yes.
it's not about size.
Is it?
Right.
All of you journey out, arguing amongst yourselves, getting these clothes on, outfitting
Wait,
yourselves.
should we?
Generally
I don't know if we
fancy,
would
right?
leave with Sven though.
Yeah, what are we gonna do about Sven? You want to keep Sven inside?
Leave him on the boat.
I have an idea. Joey turns to Sven. Hey, Sven. So, because of everything that happened last night, how we're going to work and we're going to learn how to use our powers and it's going to be super cool. Well, until then, you're unfortunately a little bit recognizable. And I can do things where I change my appearance and show
What are you about to
Oh boy.
I can do
Oh no.
and she snaps her fingers and then turns into like slowly grows up 1 foot and turns into a tiny lion and then and then goes but you unfortunately look the same, so we might have to hide you somewhere. Would you rather stay here or on the boat?
He thinks for a moment, and he shrugs.
Sven, you are much more powerful than we thought. If you try really hard, could you do what Joey just did?
He focuses for a moment. I'm gonna check.
Let's look at his spell list.
Yeah.
Could it even be something? Because it's like the drawing too. right?
Yeah. Let me do a quick check. I have Sven's stats right here.
And also, are we leaving the 2 kids behind?
No.
No.
Maybe
I
just
mean,
the
that
one
sounds like-
kid.
Maybe just
The
leaving
worst
one
idea.
kid behind.
I mean, are we gonna leave a kid with an adult? Because I don't.
I'll stay with him if he's on my boat.
It's your. Oh yeah.
Is your boat?
Oh. Mhm.
That'll be an interesting party split. So we've got-
Also, I only talked to one person at the party, so
Same.
I don't.
One got a boat and one got a log in his pants.
Yes. So what he does is he thinks for a moment, and he puts his hands to his chest, and like there's a little pulsing of blue light, and then as he does that, he poofs and becomes a very small hippo.
What? Yes.
Sven,
He just copies what
what
Joey
Joey
made him
did.
look like earlier.
Just copies what Joey made him.
Sven,
A while back, Joey
Yeah, yeah.
had cast it on him to look like a small hippo.
if we are
No, it was on herself.
Say-
I
It
think
was
I
on
turned
herself.
myself into
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
small
herself.
hippo.
But still, he would have
Well,
mimicked
copying
it.
you doing
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah, mimicking
Small
what you
Bernie Sanders, remember?
The
That was
next
Joey
time-
goes over and gives him a high five.
so Sven. The next
did. You guys actually see Joey and Sven high five through the illusion, so like the hands kind of like meld into each other a little bit. Yeah.
The next round that you are in a cave. There are large octopi type creatures trying to attack us, and you feel the desire to throw a dagger at them. Perhaps look deep into that well inside of you, where this magic seems to lie, and try something else. But only when we are not in public, because when we are in public, the dagger is actually the better option.
Um,
Oh, all right.
Can
I
an
know-
octopus arrest you and put you in jail?
Thank you, Kenna.
Can a man who is a blackjack arrest you and put you in jail? So you do the magic around the octopus and the dagger around the people. Got it? Okay.
All right.
And then he pokes Kano, and then he makes some like a motion with his hands, implying like, "What do you do around big monsters?"
You mean what do you do around big monsters when there were also people? If it's people you trust, like us, it's okay. If there's other people around that you don't know, that you don't trust, and you shouldn't risk it.
He starts getting a little indignant. Roll an insight check.
Okay. Yes, sir.
can we all roll?
21.
21. He's especially frustrated because he didn't know that Hornwallis was there when he cast the lightning bolt. Hornwallis had just re-entered, and he was gathering power to charge the lightning bolt during Hornwallis's entrance. So you see a little bit of this frustration manifest, but he gives up because he doesn't quite know how to say it. And then he just kind of shrugs his shoulders. He looks a little defeated.
As you get older and understand what you can do more, you'll also understand when to use it. So it seems, I know it's a lot right now, and it might seem a bit overwhelming and what and when and around who, but just know that as more time goes on, you will get more and more of an idea about when to do it. So it's all a matter of time.
And he nods, and then he says, points to Nesbit.
Here's a boat. You want to go on the boat?
Well, now that you look like this, you can come with us if you want.
So let us remember that you will only look at this for an hour, and if you are to suddenly change in front of somebody else, that will draw some attention. Same to you, Joey.
Oh, I know, Psycho. I already had a plan. As soon as we're coming up on the hour and I start to feel the spell, I'm going to signal to Sven, and then we're going to go hide, and then we're going to replenish our spell, and then we're going to come back out.
All right.
To the boat / school / shop.
And all of you head
Zygo's
out.
gonna
Got it.
also blind his eyes, throw on his disguised self, but the
Got it.
minorest one.
And your eyes go like that glassy white as you head out into the bright, very beautiful day. It looks like it's busy. Merchants are already kind of leaking out onto the beach to attract some of the casino and hotel stayers. Meanwhile, there is quite an amped up blackjack presence after what happened the other day. Everybody make a quick perception check for me.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
24.
Kano,
22.
24.
19.
Oh my God. Okay,
19.
all of you. Kano is Kano's the
Mostly
first to
me.
notice. Kano gets to point it out. Kano, you all walk out just as a big poster is being slapped up on that message board where your wanted posters are actually all standing, but this goes over your wanted posters. It is a missing poster, and the person missing is Sergeant Harold Hornwallis.
Oh!
What a twist!
What a twist.
What a twist!
Wait, is this a twist?
Yes.
Twisty.
Are you trying to make up for putting us in a hole last time, George?
No, he's probably
I
planning
don't know
the
what
worst
you're
shit in
talking
the world.
about.
He's probably
This
planning
is
something
great.
horrible.
Mm.
I have no idea what could possibly be happening.
You have every idea, George.
Mhm.
Keep it in that brain. Okay.
Wait, so because we all rolled high, do we know whether this affects, like, the poster covering up our poster affects anything?
This is just on this particular message board. Your posters are still up around town, but this is clearly the symbolically. This has clearly become the
This-
priority.
The metaphorical.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
there
Yeah, he's a high-ranking member of the Emporian army. It's
Right.
going to be a problem if he's disappeared.
hmm
And just to clarify, there's no nothing extra about Sven, right? Like he hasn't been added to our wanted
No.
poster. Okay,
Nope.
cool.
Sven has already been added to your wanted posters
Oh, well,
because of when he was caught. Boris Niles caught the two of you.
hmm
that's
Oh,
right.
that's right.
So he's already been accounted for, unfortunately. But yes, this is clearly like you guys don't look anything like yourselves right now. You're a hippo and a lion, and you
But
walk
small.
out into the bright day. So who is? Are we all heading together to each place, or are we
Oh.
splitting up?
Might as well. Oh, Zyga will also say, I forgot to tell you with everything that was happening last night. Kana, the potions, he'll say in his head, potions, the healing potions, you gave those to the jeweler or the, seem,
The store where we bought all of our clothes, which was this not jeweler.
I saw, that vendor last night. It seems, and Zyga will switch over to mental as they keep walking, just so no one hears this on the streets. It seems that healing or remedy of any kind is in short supply these days. I found him running some sort of operation where he seems to be distributing the potions we gave to the less fortunate of the city. I just want you to know that it seems that your good deed might be rewarded with people's health.
Oh, good. That makes me very happy. Yeah. It was a bit nerve-wracking because it could have gone one of two ways.
Agreed. I wanted to put that to rest for you, hopefully.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. So all heading out together, or are we splitting up?
Well, I want to go get the necklace and the diamond.
Got it. So we definitely have probably at least Zaza and Zygo want to go check out the jewelers, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I know that Nesbit wants to go to the boat, or at least Sven does. And then Kano and Joey, did you guys have anything in particular? We had the college. We can
I'll go
all
with you to
easily
the
go to these.
college.
We can all go to these together, or we can all separate. Whatever you guys would prefer.
I think Kenna would definitely push to go to the college with Zygo for sure to make sure he's there.
Got it. So probably a good idea to then travel from place to place.
Yeah.
As a unit. Great. So all five of us, all six of you, head along the beach back down to the dock. Nesbit leading the way, retracing the path that he wheeled the old raccoon Scooper Dizzy out to the docks. You guys find that same spot with the Dizzy last name emblazoned on a plaque. Clearly denoting it as their boat and their spot. But Nesbit, as you get on the boat and move like on towards it, moving the little rope that cordons off this dock from everybody else, you notice that none of the sailors make any move against you. All of them accept fully and completely that this is your boat and you own it. Nobody questions you even for a second. And you feel almost like a magical energy moving around you, almost like it's radiating a charm effect off of you, but not one that will provoke any kind of hostility. when it wanes. So you feel this like nobody even for a second questions it's your boat. You walk on board. The little bit of tossing from the waves, even though it's a beautiful sunny day, there's a little bit of white cap out in the ocean today. And you guys step aboard the boat. At first glance, it's not very large. It's about the size of a schooner, but there is a little interior cabin down a couple of steps behind a wooden door.
Before we get in the boat, can I make a perception check to see if I see anything like, I don't know, a wheelchair that's been cast aside into the ocean? Or anything like that?
Yeah, a quick glance.
Like, I don't know.
You see no wheelchair.
Okay.
I believe, yeah,
I
nothing
rolled
here.
for it and I got a nat 20.
No wheelchair in sight, unfortunately.
Okay. Had to ask.
But you do hop aboard the boat, Nesbit. You feel very confident here. Normally, somebody like you, who you may not have spent much time on the ocean, and maybe on other boats, you might feel a little bit of seasickness, but you feel very solid here.
Oh, I want that boat in real life.
So,
Nesbit, she is beautiful.
Zygo, this is a boat.
Sailors often call boats she. They name their boats and refer to them with affection in that way.
I've heard of the naming. I didn't know of this.
Well, it is not something you have
But
to do.
she is beautiful.
It could be a boy.
It could be a boy. Your ship could absolutely be, or non-binary. We do whatever sort of a boat you want to
I will have to ask later. But yes, this is what I was given. I had an odd night. Let's go down to the cabin quickly. And Nesbit just goes into the cabin to where that whole giant room was, but it's not there anymore, right? It's just a normal.
Of course, you walk in, open the door, and it opens onto a very normal-looking cabin. A piece of crap bed with a very ratty old-looking mattress in the corner, with a bunch of other like swimming and flotation equipment, maybe a couple of fishing cages and nets and stuff to be able to catch a little bit of food out on the high seas. But otherwise, you don't see anything.
So, when I came in, and forgive me, part of me is not sure if this really happened or is part of me almost dying. But I came in, and this room was much bigger, and there was a giant black diamond right over there. And then in the diamond, I saw my skeleton. And then the skeleton man, who was also the old man from the party, said, "Don't you touch that skeleton." And I said, "Okay, I won't touch the skeleton." And then, he said, "Don't touch the diamond," but my skeleton was in it. Then he said, "I'm going to reveal my true self," and became a skeleton, and said that he had been alive for hundreds of years and had tried to start a family, but he hated his family because he made me pull pranks on them. I destroyed all the wine in the cellar, and that ice block, I destroyed it. And then I came here, and he got up out of his wheelchair, and it was like, "Oh, I can walk now," but also a skeleton. And then he said, "Please flip this switch so that I can finally die. I would like to die and not feel this pain anymore. This diamond has made me live unnaturally long." And so I flipped the switch, and then he said, "This boat is yours now, Nesbit." And then I came back to the party. I don't know if that happened.
In everyone but Nesbit's head, you hear, "Honestly, I don't think he could make that up. So I am inclined to believe that somehow that did happen."
Joey turns to Kano and says, "One day, do you think you could teach me to be a skeleton?"
No.
Wow.
But congrats on the boat, Nesbit.
Yeah, Nesbit, you did good. This is good.
Oh, I thank you.
Then the next person, George, the next person that we have to get to
Oh my god!
is where? He's much further north of here. The second person we need to get to the
next person
moon,
is in Port Sao,
which is
Super
northwest.
far.
You guys are southeast. Port Sao is northwest.
Got you. So
Across.
listen, if we Nesbit, here's the thing: if we want to stay out of the way of the Queen and the guards, having the option to travel by sea is very good to travel that much distance.
This is true. I do think that there is a problem with your plan.
What?
I do not know how to sail my boat. I do have it, though.
Ah. Yes.
Well,
I
I've
do.
never tried.
Aren't there crew members?
Also, this
You are the crew members.
also this boat is. I don't know much about sailing, but this boat seems very small.
It is enough to carry all of us. And I would not take it across an ocean, but if we are to hug the coasts and try and go around the sail line, it is serviceable.
Zaza,
Wait, I
yeah.
have a question. George, didn't you say there were crew members?
There were sailors out on the dock, but just doing general work. They weren't specifically tending to this boat. Nesbit paid a man at the dock
Yeah.
as if he needed to keep it like locked down, but this man clearly just lied and took Nesbit's money.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't pay for a crew. I paid to like park it. I wanted to
And
make sure that it was parked.
he did not need to because the spot was owned by the Dizzy Mansion. No one was going to mess with it no matter what.
Okay. I guess I misunderstood the charm thing, but now I get it.
Yes.
Music.
Music!
Right there, you guys can hear it?
Yeah!
No, it's hilarious. I can't hear it. God damn it.
Now it's gone, but
Okay, because I stopped it. So you guys can hear the shit.
Yeah.
It's a fucking party right now?
Yeah. It's
a
Okay,
fucking
hold
party
on.
right now.
Hang out with me, everybody. Hang on. We're good.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
We still got it. Okay, can you still hear it?
nope.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
Yeah, light.
Wait.
You can still hear it?
Yes, but it's light.
Yeah.
Now I
Okay.
No,
It's
no.
quieter.
Now, yes.
What on earth is happening?
What a fun thing we get to do together.
So you
Yeah.
can hear it now.
Yes.
can. Yeah.
It is bright and super great. You guys can
It's a
Totally.
little quiet, but
Like the
it's-
acoustic version.
It's a little foggy.
It's not clear. Oh my god.
Now
Oh,
it
there we
is.
go.
Now it is.
So maybe that's just like a an element of it being too quiet. All right, gang, hold on. We're gonna get there. Okay, so that needs to be there. God damn it. Maybe this? No?
We can still hear
No.
it.
Oh, you guys can still hear it. I don't know what the
Oh, is it all music now?
It's fine, George. We can figure this out later. Now we can't hear you at all,
You
buddy.
can't hear anything.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, music.
Okay. And we cannot hear the music, correct?
No, we
No,
can
we
hear
can.
the music. We can hear
Okay,
the music.
Got it. All right. Well, then you guys will enjoy a little bit of this. Let's just get a little bit of sound on there.
Ooh, people.
Please let me know if it's too loud.
Okay.
Hey,
George, was there, just so I remember, because is there anything I'm forgetting about what was told to me about the boat? Or no?
You are not. You were given no instruction.
Right.
It'd be sort of up to you to decipher how you could possibly.
Right, okay, cool. I was just making sure that like there wasn't any thing that I was missing.
Yeah, no instructions were left to you. No obvious instructions.
Yeah, and no like.
what?
Okay.
I was gonna ask, what check would I have to make to see if it would be faster to go from Key East to Port South via
By
land
by sea.
versus by sea? Because we also
what-
can't forget about our cool cart that
Off the
we.
top knowledge, give yourself a survival check.
I think I did ask if the cart would fit on it, and it was like a.
It would take up the entire deck, and it would be a problem to keep in place. It'd be
George, since I am a
10.
navigator, oh, you said 10?
I got a 10. on
yeah, you're not really sure which is faster.
I'm gonna roll a survival too. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
George, do you mind if I do as well?
Yes.
I want to use a luck point. I just got an 8. I'm gonna re-roll.
I got
wait.
17.
Yeah, wait till Gabriel's.
Okay, yeah, 17. So in terms of like the actual time it would take, if you guys were to travel via road, and go all the way around, it would take a similar amount of time, if not potentially longer, and would certainly be a little bit more dangerous in terms of like road patrol. If you were to cut through the center of the continent in a similar way to what you did, It might be a little faster if you guys have like an uninterrupted travel, but you guys do know that in the Royal Plains right now, there is a massive cicada storm that is blocking anybody from traveling through that safely. So that would be a very dangerous trek through, but could potentially shave a little bit of time off. Going around Zygo might take longer, but you would be able to pull into port. It might give you a little bit more credibility to sort of weave in and out of places and stay on the boat. You wouldn't have to necessarily interact with any cities. But also the waters of Emporia are generally fairly dangerous. Pirates are rampant. Blackjack fleets will stop people at random if they're not flying recognizable flags or colors. So there are certain things to consider. But certainly, having the option to travel by water is helpful.
Cool. I'll share that to the group.
Okay. So Sven sort of looks around at the boat with wonder, hops up on that ratty little mattress and stares up at all of you.
You want to stay here? Okay.
Hey,
Sven lets the disguise self spell drop off of himself, and you see him just kind of kicking on the bed, and he settles into the mattress, and the wood creaking within the boat sort of like lulls him into a sense of relaxation, and he seems at ease. But he seems like he would like to stay, generally. But he'll come with you if you insist.
have fun, Sven. We'll see you soon.
Sven grabs a ratty-looking blanket and pulls it over and makes a little small child hood out of blanket and gets a little bit cozy. It smells pretty bad in here, but it doesn't bother Sven even a lick. And he starts to play with a little bit of like the dust and grime on the wall and begins to kind of sketch something with a long nail into the wood. Not like carving the wood, but just moving the dirt and grime around to make a little image.
Is this familiar to you?
He looks around at the boat.
What?
Had to
Zaza- Wait. Sven, have you been here before? But you've been on a
Just
boat.
on a boat. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that would be a wild coincidence if he had been on this boat, yes.
Sven, is that Lich?
I do not think it is wise for us to just leave Svenja unattended.
I will stay.
You are sure?
I have learned that unless it is someone who truly hates everyone, I will not be able to talk to anyone, I think. I think it's better if I stay.
All right.
Okay. Maybe ask more about that boat knowledge of his.
I mean, I will talk to him.
Yes, get to know one another.
Yeah. Hang out. Let's play games.
Joey puts her arm on Nesbit's shoulder and, as a lion, says, "This will be good for you too."
What's happening? Why? What's happening? Why?
Well,
Why is
well, we're in
everyone
this-
acting weird?
Oh, acting weird.
No, except Zaza. Zaza's fine.
Okay.
Well, we're in this lower cabin. Zygo's gonna change the disguise self from blind eyes to like what his old eyes used to look like.
Got it.
Just so that he looks like he doesn't have to keep up the illusion of being a blind man walking through these streets.
That
Sure.
idea has never
That's
occurred to me that you could just
so
look like a normal
smart.
person.
It's normal. Yep.
I
So
never thought of that
yeah.
either.
So for an hour, your eyes will look normal. Got it. Zygo starts to just run a little hand over his eye, like his glassy eyeballs, and they shift form to become. What did Zygo's eyes look like before? It's been so long.
They were like black mostly. They were like the black chameleon eyes for the most part.
Yeah. So they change back to normal, and then we all head up out of the boat, leaving Nesbit and Sven alone. You guys all give them a little wave.
Zaza wanted to say just one last
Yes.
Like just to spend like, good job, but stay safe, okay? And then goes.
Sven gives you a smile and a nod. He likes Zaza. And then he turns back to Nesbit, puts his hands on his hips.
Sven, do you know how to sail?
Sven looks around at everybody.
No. Okay. And everyone's still here?
I thought we left.
Everybody else has
We're
left
on our way,
and
yeah.
headed out towards the
Yeah.
woods that sort of border the main city of Key East from this beach area.
Do you want to learn how to use a crossbow?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Actually,
Cut away.
Yeah. Okay.
We just see Sven get dumped Nesbit's giant crossbow into his down at him wide-eyed, and then cut away back to the woods area where everybody else is walking towards the city and from the city past you guys. Go ahead and make a quick perception check for me, everybody.
Also, how long has it been?
17.
Just about 15 minutes.
Great. 19.
I
30,
got
20.
24.
And just to keep track, it'll take another 10 minutes to walk through the woods to get to the proper city. Who rolled the 21?
Zaza was 24. I was dirty 20.
24 and 20, dirty 20. Okay, great. You guys start to notice that the people walking past you are a little bit more on edge than normal. Word has gone throughout the city that the sergeant has disappeared, and a couple of whispers catch you guys' ear. You just hear a couple people muttering to each other. Well, what was she saying? He was gone. You know, he was the one protecting us from those folk in the woods. And then just walking back and forward. You guys eventually exit this tree line and out into the city proper, and are able to head out to the jeweler, and you certainly find your way there very quickly. As you walk in,
sorry, George, is this silver, gold, and everything else? Is that this store, or is that the
no,
other
that is
store?
that silver, gold, and everything else is the clothing
store.
Meanwhile, the everything else store that you got, you were just given a card that said everything else, and to show up at the same gold, silver, and everything else store, and the store underneath or hidden within it,
whatever it might be, yeah,
everything else. But actually, you guys reach the jewelers, and sure enough, everything that was set before you is waiting for you, perfectly done. You receive the diamond shards back, all divided up into 4 for yourself. They have been formed into these sort of long crystals now, with sort of a flat edge. So if you were to place them down, they would sort of look like a battle robot. They're like flat on one side and then have like an angular top that come to a point. Very palmable though.
Cool.
You just put them on your person. In addition, Zaza, you receive the pendant that you gave them back a little while ago. This pendant has been, the color has changed. So previously, this little chunk of meteorite was sort of gray, not too much dazzling color, but now the gems around it, it's been cut into a much cleaner circle, and the gems are kind of iridescent and shining through. Go ahead and make a quick Arcana check for me.
I got 17.
17, okay. I am going to, it looks like, just checking out the
What color did you say it was now?
some rough audio problems. I'm just going to turn the music off just to make sure.
Yeah, it all sounds a little bit like behind a haze, a little bit. Like
my audio or that audio, not my speaking audio, right?
Speaking audio is good.
Okay. It sounds like I'm talking into my microphone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out during the break, which will take in about 10 minutes. We'll take a little early to figure it out. Make an Arcana check, Zaza. What'd you get on that?
I got 17.
17. You feel a power coursing through this that you didn't before. It's hard for you to specifically identify, but you do feel just in general like you're a little healthier. Like this crystal is providing you with a kind of bonus. And when you slip the necklace over your neck and onto yourself, you do feel the bonus set in. Your constitution score is raised by 1
Oh.
Wow.
while you are wearing this meteorite.
Very nice.
So
Or
what-
Moldavite. So
your
it's
Moldavite, yes.
green. Yeah.
Green, yes. So that like dark grayish green is now quite a iridescent green. It's quite catching now. But yeah, your constitution score is raised by 1.
Cool.
Very cool. With the diamonds received, Kano, you guys all walk outside, back out onto the street, and soon make your way through the city streets to get to the College of Emporia. The Emporia
Oh.
University. Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask Trevor quick, like, what people are saying on the streets about the weasel.
Yeah, go ahead and make a quick persuasion check.
Persuasion. Okay. Scroll.
What was Trevor's voice again, guys? Am I forgetting? Wasn't it like
I got
No idea.
18.
I forget too. We're just gonna go typical normal George doing a character voice. 18. What do you think?
Oh,
Oh,
I think
It's pretty like. Never mind. Go ahead.
Trev.
Yeah.
Just between you and me, you know how we went to that banquet last night?
Yeah, you told me you were going to that Disney party, right?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. Some scary stuff happened, and I don't know. We got out before anything, sad happened, but it seems like people are talking about it on the streets. I was wondering if you had heard anything.
Talking about on the street. I think somebody said something about Sergeant Hornwallis disappearing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but that didn't happen at the party. I didn't
Oh.
know if you knew.
I don't know anything. Sorry. All I've seen is a couple of posters up, and nobody in the circles that I run with, at least not yet. This only happened like I heard this morning. They checked his room and he was gone, but that's all I heard.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Trev. We'll see you later.
Maybe you could go ask the healers of the hospital. They might be able to tell you either way, but you'd have to go to the well, it's called the administration district, but really it's just full of blackjacks, and they'll give you a hard time if you go asking questions. Just be careful.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
All right, well, I hope to see you guys again. If you need any diamonds divvied up, just give me a call. Make sure I'm the first one.
We will.
Okay. Business is slow. All right. Bye, everyone. And you head out the door, back out onto the city streets, making your way to the Emporian University. Let me roll something really quick. Okay, never mind. So, making our way through towards the Emporian University, I will say we are coming up on about 45 minutes of disguise. So, folks, get ready to potentially re-up if you need to. When we walk past the administration district, just sort of like on the outskirts of it, there is indeed a very ramped up blackjack presence out on the street. All the soldiers in their black and gold uniforms are walking in like 3-person lines, very strictly marching down the street with muskets and rifles raised over their shoulders. Several of the more high-ranking officers with filigree on their helms, big golden feathers on large black tall hats with sabers at their waists, are doing drills outside, which is not typical, sort of like a very theatrical showing of force in the midst of Sergeant Hornwallis's disappearance. But we quickly skirt around that. Everybody make a quick perception check besides Nesbit.
And also, what time are we at? Just so we're getting close.
We'll be approaching that 15 minutes as we're arriving at the college.
I nat 20'd.
28.
21.
Wait,
Okay. Hot damn.
I botched.
Okay, Zaza not paying attention to this whatsoever.
Okay.
But the three of you very clearly hear a hushed tone. Two guards talking to each other. It's clearly two high up officers, Joey, based on their badges and their like rewarded strips on their arm. And you just hear them whispering to each other as you pass. One of them is quite drunk, and so his whispering is a bit louder than it meant to, hence the nat 20 there. So you hear very clearly, well, so what will we do about the most being gone, eh? Is it still on? Is it still on? Of course it's still on. We lose one man, it doesn't mean we cancel the whole thing. Right, but I just figured it was his idea, like, and, his plan, and worst case scenario, they'll send Niles and everything will be fine. It'll be easier than we've ever dreamed it would be. It's honestly a good thing Hornwallis is gone. He's got good heart, but frankly, the poor lad is incompetent.
Do we get out of? Am I the only one that hears this, or does everyone hear it?
Everyone hears that.
Okay. Can I motion? Joey does a little like, let's go down this alleyway.
Mhm.
Can I a stealth check just to see how hidden we are?
Yeah, all you make a stealth check.
Cool.
All right.
23.
23.
5.
Kano, you trip over a bunch of cans, but you're dressed fancy, right?
Yeah, of course.
So all of the guards see Joey slips into the alley. Zyga, what about you?
13.
13 is good enough. Actually, what did you roll, Kano?
Oh, 5.
That's also good enough.
Oh.
This drunk guy rolled perception and rolled a nat 3. He's only got a 1 bonus. Zaza, what did you roll?
12.
12. Yeah, you guys get into the alley. Kano trips over a bucket, but gets out behind the alley walls fast. They turn around, don't see anything, and turn back to what they were doing. Joey.
Guys, I feel so much sneakier when I'm not wearing my armor.
You guys, I'm really nervous. Did you guys hear that they said Niles? I think we have to get out of here fast.
Well, we have to deal with this fast. We are in the right place at the right time, but I agree that if I heard them correctly, though, what they are planning to do is a massacre.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what? Because
They're gonna
Sansa
kill
didn't
the
hear any of it.
Frogs, right?
I do believe that the good colonel's plan to wipe out the surrounding population is being handed over into the control of Mr. Boris Niles.
But if Boris Niles is here, I don't know how we hide from him. He found me last time when I was locked in a house away from everybody and nobody even knew that I was there.
Make an insight check, Joey.
19?
And then make an arcana check for me.
Oh, it
So
was
I go
so
look at it.
bad.
I can't arcana her insight.
Wait, you can do an inspiration to add.
Oh, we all have inspiration, don't
We
I
we?
have
rolled a 2. I don't know
Yeah, I
how
was
much.
gonna say, that was it.
So that's going to be a 5.
5.
I could roll a d4 if there's any chance of that.
No,
There is no chance. Don't bother. So the Arcana check is a failure, but it strikes you that in order to have found you in such a manner would have required some pretty powerful magic.
What if Boris is magic? No.
I think
did-
he would have used it on
It
us.
did not seem to be when we were fighting him, but he
there
certainly
was that spell-
associates with
He's
magicians. Yes.
working with them.
Yeah.
Zaza doesn't
hate
know who
that.
Boris is,
You
right?
guys recall those the robed figure in the monkey mask. It was like a
Mhm.
golden monkey mask with black holes for the eyes in a robed fashion.
Joey
Zaza,
is silently fuming.
Are you familiar with Boris Niles?
Can I do a history check or is it just
Yeah, do a quick history check.
Oh my god. No. I got a 1.
Well,
No.
we can tell you.
Okay.
May you hope that your paths never cross. He is a very bad man who does not very much like what we do.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
How did you meet him?
Oh, I met him a long time ago.
You guys would probably also mention to Zaza, just to give Natasha some clarity, he's known as Boris Niles, the Slayer of Sorcerers.
Oh.
He is like head of hunting down magic users that are reported throughout the world.
Oh.
Right before we met you, he took Sven and Joey, and we had to retrieve them, as it were.
And before he took me and Sven, he took my mom a long time ago. But anyway, he clearly knows who I am, and I'm top of his list or on a list. So I don't know how well I can hide.
Sorry, Joey.
Pretty much evil incarnate, essentially.
And if he believes that these frogs are the source of magic, he will do everything he can to eliminate them.
Nesbit sent a message.
I'm actually about to say something in regards to that. You guys hear a little buzzing above your heads as a very ornate beetle lands on Zygo's hand. And then the beetle just opens its mandibles, and kind of like through a little tinny recorder, you hear, "Hey, passed along your message. Frog folk don't seem too keen on leaving. Did my best to persuade Yida, but she's adamant about defending her home." And then the beetle flies away. And then another beetle right behind it drops down on Zygo's hand again. "Sorry. These things are finicky. I can only send so many beetles. Isn't magic funny? So amazing, and yet so many profound limitations. Damn." "Hope you guys are well. Byron says hi. Kisses, Orson."
He did not mention our cart. I can only assume it is destroyed.
Cart is fine.
All right. Well, that is an answer for you.
Okay, so they're gonna stay and
Byron
fight.
says hi. Orson was the one you sent it to. Sorry.
So they're gonna stay and defend their home, and it's probably not gonna go well.
If we try to help them, we are setting ourselves up as not only enemies of Borsnaz, but direct enemies of the crown.
Oh, that's a suicide mission for us, but I can't. What do we do?
And on that, we will take a short break. Everybody hang out with us. We'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will resolve this dang thing. And we're going to do a little troubleshooting while we at it. Why not? Try to fix this goddamn bullshit. Let's do it. All right. See you guys in a second.
Okay.
Okay, gang, here goes nothing.
Yeah!
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
There we are. Okay. Oh, good. Fuck my life.
Oh wait, but George, I can't hear you though.
You can't hear me?
Okay,
Oh, we I can't.
That's
Zygo's
so-
now crippled.
Yeah, that is so mean, Gabe.
What I'm gonna do is I go at the end of this campaign. I took
I'm
your
sorry.
client. I will up the ante. I'm not gonna do less. All right. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome back, everybody. We good. I'm just kidding. I won't take it down.
Oh, you do sound a little not great, though,
Yeah,
in
that's
all
not a joke.
seriousness.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
How about now, gang?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Gabe, you cursed him.
You did. He was fine.
So sorry.
Holy shitty shit. Okay.
Shit.
You guys can hear me now, okay?
Mhm.
Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
If I start playing music, does it go to shit? Is that what
You're
happens?
good so far.
Okay. We find ourselves.
Oh, it sounds like you're talking through like an old timey phone.
So, if I turn the music off, now it's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out later.
It out. We find ourselves back on the street after that little revelation or that moment of what do we do. The decision can be made to just journey on and venture to the Emporian University at the moment, or we can swerve in direction. Anything you guys would like. It's up to you.
Before we exit this little hiding place, I am going to replenish my lion.
And Zygo will re-up his eyes.
Gotcha. So both of you
Um,
illusion spells back on yourself.
and as she does so, Joey is going to say, I prefer to go straight to the college because I'm just kind of feeling like I'm going to waste all of my magic before we sleep next.
Mm.
Just saying.
Remind me why you are disguising yourself?
Because I was with Sven and I pulled Sven away. So whoever is looking for Sven is going to know to also look for me. Except for the weird part is that now that he's disappeared, I guess. Well, I don't really know, but I think it's better to take precautions.
Alright.
Me too.
Sure. No harm in
Cano.
it.
And Kano looks proud.
Uh,
So proud.
Kenna, what do you think? Do we divide and try to...
Well, can any of us? So, would the divide be part of us go to the college and then part of us go to the forest?
collect Nesbit and try to get ahead of whatever this is going to be?
Mm. We could sail using the
Sail?
boat to Byron.
But it seems that the frog folk are unwilling to abandon their homes. So even if we were to go and tell them in person, what does that change?
Right, nothing.
I think we have to go to the school.
We do have to go to the school.
Go to the school first, and maybe it'll have some answers. I never went to school.
So this will be
No.
a great experience for you.
Well, they
Oh,
have these
fun.
places called libraries, and Kano's just going to start telling Joey about
Well,
the different things. At schools.
Before that, there was something else that happened to me last night. I did not know if it was relevant, but it is worth saying. I met a snake.
Before Zygo can finish what he's saying, there's a little golden light that starts to glow on all of your wrists. And you see a little spiral icon suddenly gets burned into you with a golden light.
Huh?
Hurt though. It doesn't hurt. And you just hear this whisper. Let's see if this works.
Oh, God.
You are bound together in secrecy. One pack, one oath.
What?
Back on the boat, and we'll return to you, Zyko.
Sure.
Nesbit, the same thing happens again, and you feel your promise that you made to the lich in the basement cavern of the boat.
Right.
The contract binds all of you together, and you know that specifically mention of the diamond is the really forbidden part of this. If you were all to mention outside of the gang of you together, there would be magical ramifications.
Cool.
Okay.
Chat's going to keep me honest on this because I might forget in the future.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
write
gonna-
it down. This magical repercussions. No one
Talking
say
about-
shit
Talking about diamond
about
equals.
Black Diamond. I will say we fucked up. If George forgets. Okay, cool.
Okay, great. Nesbit, this happens to you on the boat with Sven.
Yeah.
Sven also feels that burn into his wrist. It's sort of like a tickle more than a burn. But he, who was leveling your crossbow up against the board of the ship, was about to take aim at a large barrel that you have been directing him towards.
Yes. Shoot.
Oh, God! Oh! And there is a sailor who's just got a crossbow bolt in his ass.
Wait, a barrel? I thought it was a barrel like on board. I didn't realize it was a barrel outside in the world.
Just like up on the dock. But you see that
Also
there
thought
is
it-
another sailor holding a small crossbow in his lap, who that sailor immediately turns and blames, and the two begin to argue profusely, and Sven just sort of lowers the crossbow behind the wall. Hands
When I look at the men fighting,
Yes!
is how small is his crossbow? Is it smaller than mine? Is it like
Much
a hand crossbow?
The hand crossbow, yes. It would be a light crossbow, not a hand crossbow.
You two fighting. How much for the crossbow that he just hit you with?
Both of them turn, and the one holding the crossbow says, 10 crowns. 10 crowns? It better be 20 crowns. You give 10 to me for shooting me. I didn't shoot you. I told you I didn't shoot you. Look at you holding it right there. And they two argue back
I
and
give
forth.
them 20 crowns.
Oh. You're both back, sir. Thank you, kind.
All right. Thank you. You two are friends, and you should act as such. Forgive each other. And then Nesbit will go.
Roll a persuasion check.
No fucking way. That is a 19.
Jesus.
Yay.
Sailors look at each other and both almost cry as their histories flash before their eyes. What passes behind said eyes, you know not, but you know it to be deep, rich, and rooted. Old bonds and old promises broken between families.
Unreal.
The moment happens where one sailor clasps the other on the shoulder, and they embrace, and then they walk to their separate family camps to be berated by their family members
Mhm.
for the McGillicuddies
Jesus.
and the Fosters and never be friends.
Mm.
Not after what happened on that
That's
Dung Beetle Hill.
Christ.
Then
Another thing I'm going to hold George to.
the McGillicuddies and the Fosters.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that.
I just turn back to Sven and go. I turn back to Sven and I just say, Soup, I got a U-size crossbow. This should work better. And then just start running down because it's like a hand crossbow, right? Yeah. Okay.
We'll give Sven a hand crossbow.
Cool.
Okay, great. Meanwhile, Zygo, You finish your thought as this ominous echo reverberates in the air for a moment.
Named Marsha Sprongfang. What the fuck was that? Alright. Just kidding. So many tattoos. Tattoo. Alright. I met a snake named Marsha Sprongfang. He had a weapon with him, something incredibly powerful, and if someone was looking to wipe out the population, it would be something that they could probably use.
Wait a second, I know about this. Okay, so when I was playing hide and go seek, I wasn't actually playing hide and go seek. And I found a study and I went into the study. And then Sven opened a hole in the desk and then we pulled out a necklace and it seemed really powerful. And then I took a bead from it and then we put the necklace back in.
Wait. A necklace is what he had with him.
Yes, I'm telling you this. I know. Because then I saw the Komodo dragon come in and he took the necklace and then the Komodo dragon and I got in a fight and then I almost died. And then I told him to be friends with me and he did. And so he walked out and then he was with Bronzefang.
With Marsha's Bronzefang?
Yes, the snake. And then he wasn't. Not the snake.
So yes, the Met's name was not Marcius.
It wasn't Marcius, but it was... but it was another Bronzefang, right?
One of the Bronzefang family or the
Yes,
clan,
and they took the Komodo dragon away because the Komodo dragon told me everything. He said that they were going to do something. There was an attack and they needed the weapon for it. And he was stealing it for his Bronzefang master. But he didn't know that I took this. And Joey opens up her purse and pulls out a droplet of the red sapphire.
Oh, God.
Little red gem, perfectly formed into a little circle, hangs from the clutches of this golden wrought piece of jewelry, hanging from a very flimsy-looking golden chain now. And it looks like it's just been like very cleanly severed.
What on earth drove you to go rummaging around in drawers and stealing things during a game of hide and seek?
Zaza!
Hannah's gonna slowly pan over to one of the three adults.
You always say, Kano, I can't do anything if an adult doesn't give me permission. But I got permission.
So I am sorry.
So we've got untrustworthy and gives bad advice. Those aren't two good adjectives to get to your name.
A tough night for you, to be sure.
That hurt Zaza's feelings, and she just kind of like clams up and doesn't want to say anything else.
Joey notices this and walks over and goes, for the record, Zaza, I think it was very good advice because we wouldn't have this weapon if you hadn't said that.
Joey, what you are
Honestly, I
holding
should've
is
taken all of
a weapon of very serious magical destruction. I do not know exactly what it does, but I know that the appraiser who went to then look at the rest of the necklace seemed very sure of its power.
Okay, I'll be very careful. And then Joey just puts it back in her bag and ties it up.
Back in her bag, you hear it clatter in with all the other stuff, and she does cinch it shut.
Anyways, do we think possibly the Bronzefangs might be involved in either this attack on the frog folk or the disappearance of Wallace?
Yes.
The disappearance, it's entirely possible. I don't know what benefit that would serve them to get involved, though, in a major scale.
But they kept saying the attack, and we all thought that it was the attack of the lobster creatures. But maybe it was the attack on the frog people.
Well, we assume that the lobster creatures are related because of the information that Zaza and I got in the forest from that lizard man.
Do you think they're going to send the lobster creature? But this doesn't make sense. Why would they attack the Dizzy Mansion?
Because there's lots of cool stuff in the mansion.
Perhaps it was just a distraction to get the necklace.
Oh, I wish I'd known. I should have just taken the whole thing.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, what a very Merry Christmas we'd all have. That's the saying.
Merry what?
Christmas? Yeah.
All right. Listen, we are talking in circles. We have two objectives while we are here. The first is to find and recruit Miss Honeyspot, and the second, perhaps, is to figure out what is happening with these bronze fangs. Either way, we have very little time, it would seem, if Boss Naz is at hand. Kana, is it almost time for the tour that you are scheduled for?
It's entirely possible that Gordon might know more about the bronze rings.
Then let us make haste and get through this as quickly as possible.
Right.
Okay. So, you guys all exit the alley, make your way past the administration district, and get to the Emporian University. This campus is fenced in with these big black iron wrought gates with different runic symbols making the tip top of each single bar that makes up the fence instead of there being like any kind of spear or point to it. And as you enter, there is somebody who clearly works at the gate who opens the gate for you, gives you a quick tip of the hat, and allows you inside, sort of like a little security guard. He just gives you a quick once over, looks at all of you who look very fancy, and barely bats an eye, simply lets you right in. He does quickly get your attention. Everybody make sure that you find your way off campus within the next 5 hours, but otherwise, please enjoy your time here. If there's anybody else I can help you find, please let me know.
Does the campus close in 5 hours?
Oh, we close the campus to the public at night, yes.
Understood. Of course, we will leave by then.
He gives you a tip and heads you on, leads you on your way with a wave of his hand. And you guys begin to walk forward through a very large and lush garden. Lots of green hedges all shaped up into these big circles with like bubbles of more bush on top. At one point, some of the bushes a little deeper and get a little more reminiscent of enormous creatures. One gigantic shrub scorpion sits amidst a beautiful fountain inlaid with gold along the edges. A little bit to the side, there are big sticks of piping where bushes are shaped into like little flies that are all like perched in like flying positions, with a enormous beetle rearing up to fight off the flies, supposedly. And as you make your way up these bronze-colored steps, there's a little overhang that leads you into a vestibule. Very much looks like an administrative office of very high renown. Gilded metal, high ceilings, big chandelier in the center in the entrance hall. And sure enough, walking directly past you on one way from one office to another, Gordon Hoopstetter walks past all of you, barely glancing an eye. As soon as he makes eye contact with you all, he sort of like shocked, shuffles all of his papers to his chest. Make an insight check.
All of us?
Yes.
14?
19.
19. Who got above a 15? Zygo, he blushes. Oh, wow, I didn't think you would come. Welcome. And he walks forward. Nancy, yes?
Kenna nods. Yes, hi, Gordon. It's nice to see you again. These are my compatriots here, and Kenna will gesture for everyone to introduce themselves.
Yes, nice to meet you. You are?
I'm Jojo.
Jojo. Nice to meet Jojo. How old are you?
Oh, only like 11.
Aha. Well, welcome to the Emporian University, Jojo.
Cool, thanks. I've never been in a real school before, and it looks awesome.
Well, it is, and we can show you many a facility that will have your small child brain alight with wonder.
Small.
Yes, and
Parker Shimmerskel, very nice to meet you.
yes, you are friends with Elon Basecroak. Wow, that is a friend I would like to have, I tell you.
I'm sure you have been mistaken with somebody else.
No, I am not mistaken. I clearly saw you with him. That's a party. You walk past me? You do not remember this? You wandered into the woods?
He might have, because Parkus is such a big fan of Mr. Basecroak, so he might not have noticed, might have been kind of like starstruck a bit, if you will, so not noticed his surroundings much.
Yes, right. And what about you, miss? I see you at the party as well, yes?
Yes, I'm Zaza, and it's so nice to meet you. I've only heard great things. And she kind of gives like a little look at Kano, like.
Uh,
Kano is immediately regretting ever telling Zaza anything.
Curiously, picking up on what you're saying immediately, he gets very flushed. Come, Jojo, I will show you. There's a research room, and he.
All right. And then Joey turns around and gives Kano a little wink before following him.
He leads you through rounded hallways to the point where he will just like peek his head in, and you'll see like an ancient exoskeleton of an enormous beetle being dusted by several students in a room. As soon as the door opens, he says, "Hello, everyone. Say hello to our guests taking the tour today." And all of the students give you a very hearty and smiley wave, and then return to their work busily. We are excavating an ancient sort of beetle that is native to Fort Donna, an area around there. So very exciting stuff. We're the only ones with the exoskeleton. If you'll come this way, I'll show you a room where there is actually an old artifact from Masengu that our students are trying to solve the mystery of, so to speak. It is very interesting. I will show you. He opens the door that as he's led you along this hallway into a room where there are a couple of students walking around what look like a large box with an octopus sort of spread out all along the exterior, all made out of some kind of heavy cast iron, it would seem. You see a student wipe the top of it and come away with black on their paws, and they wipe it on a little rag, like literally giving off like a residue. On top of this, like the lid amidst the octopus's limbs, there are three sort of like cup-shaped objects made out of the iron, each with a little symbol on them. It's you're a little too far away to see what the symbols are, but Gordon explicates. Yes, apparently this is from a Gillish temple just off the coast of Masengu. It has been stumping our students for the past week. Any of you care to take a shot?
I would love to. That's my hometown.
Always good. Hey, students, let our tour guide, let our tourists give a shot. And all of the students kind of laugh to themselves, knowing that none of you will solve it, and back up to the walls. And they give you guys a look at it. On these little cups, there are three symbols. One of the cups, which is the smallest of all of them, has a round circle as the symbol. Another one in the center, sort of like medium size, sort of the in between of the three bowls, has a. I will draw it for you, so it's very clear what they look like.
Does it look like
Is
a
it
backwards
base
N?
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
All of our inspiration diet gone.
Gone.
I know some of you weren't here for that, but
I'm reliving this. So the first symbol is a circle would look like.
okay.
In the smallest version of these. The next one, which is a fair amount larger. Wow, I fucking fucked that up.
I'm sure you did.
No.
No, show it.
Come on, Georgie. We want to see it.
Show us your symbols, George.
Zach, thank you for that community sub. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
These
But
are the
backwards then, right?
largest
Or
bowl having this little half circle.
okay.
A D.
The middle shape. What is
It's
the?
a D. Like a little Russian hat.
Got two flat edges
Uh-huh.
here and here, and then rounds.
Gotcha.
Like a little Russian hat.
Okay. Yeah, he says, we have been trying to solve its mysteries, but yes, apparently, and this is not very well known information, it is sort of a dead religion, but apparently It was a temple to the father.
Like the
It did-
mother? What? Father.
Did he say something about the mother? No, he just was like, I'm kind of cool with magic, was what he said.
I think I don't think he said he was necessarily cool with magic, but he's like, it doesn't scare him. He wants to study it.
He said like anti-military, pro arts, anti-military.
He's pro
Was-
arts. He's not
We
like
love a good we love a good pro arts.
We love it. We love to see it.
We love to
Um,
see it.
As a father, right? Can I make a religion check
yeah. Go ahead.
as the paladin?
Can any of is it sort of open season on religion checks or?
Absolutely, everybody can.
Probably nothing. 14.
You have-
Would that be worth having? I think too.
the D4.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And I'll say I have a 16.
Okay.
That's
Never-
certainly.
It can't be an insight check. It has to be a religion check.
Mine is so bad. I'm not even gonna.
Is that big enough? Ugh, should I use a luck point?
I don't know if this figuring out this dead religion box.
I think we're
is-
not supposed to figure this out necessarily.
I feel like unless someone rolls a net 20.
It's sort of-
If you want to solve the box's riddle, we are trying to open it and have not been.
Dude.
Can
do
I
an
roll
Arcana check?
an arcana? Yeah.
Yes, of course. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Gordon
Everyone
says make an arcana.
Or just
Rolled
the-
even worse. I don't like my day today.
Wow.
I
Same.
rolled a 3 and then or a 4 and then a 3.
Americana
Wait,
is
I got a
worse.
16. Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, what did Gabriel?
Got an 11. I rolled low.
Gabriel.
I know. I'm sorry.
Food. I got a 17 then.
17. You do detect there is a magical quality to this lock. It has something to do with the bowl-shaped cups on the top of the this thing amidst the octopus limbs all carved into the iron. You're not exactly sure what, but you can see that there are little latches sort of in the bottom of each cup that appear like they could slot open.
Okay. Can I
Little-
tell?
Yeah. So
Latches in the bottom of the cup that
we're
open.
trying to figure out how to open it, but it has
Oh,
eluded us.
it's those latches. Don't you see them right there?
It's clearly there is something to do with the cups, but we have tried putting things in the cups. We have tried standing the cups upside down and haven't quite been able to crack anything yet. No reaction from the box.
There's not like a part of the octopus that can be moved to be put into the.
It is completely stagnant. In fact, there is no part of the box that moves. We have investigated this quite thoroughly.
But you can scrape residue off the box.
Residue, but it is only dirt. If you were to scrape hard enough, eventually, I assume, after the ash had eroded away, whatever color would be left would be left. But we don't want to damage it too much.
Circle, a little hat, and then a half circle.
It does not seem to the half circles in the middle. I couldn't quite identify, but it does not seem to have anything to do with the phases of the moon or some sort of astrology.
It does not appear to be any sort of lunar imagery. Typically, the lunar cycle would be portrayed if that was the case. And this is, as you can see, a half circle, a full circle, and then we think that is the only thing we can assume it is a quarter circle. But
Right.
perhaps it is, perhaps together they mean something. In Gillish, we do not speak it.
I also do not speak English.
And we had a Gillish translator come in who I am quite certain would not lie to me, who said he did not recognize it in any old texts.
Can I see it one more time?
Of course.
It is Gillish. Yes, it is some sort of ancient.
We do
like
not think
a-
it is. The
it's
box
not.
is Gillish, yes. But
I have a weird question. Could I do like a thieves tool, like sleight of hand check on it, like
Uh,
on the latches?
roll an investigation check with your proficiency.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't.
Okay.
Burn these dice, Jackie.
God, I rolled a 5 and then I rolled a 4 and now I just rolled a 3. So we're just working our way down. Yeah, so I guess that's not quite worth it, probably.
It is. You don't glean anything, unfortunately. Well, if you think you'd like to take another crack at it before you leave, we can always come back if you like.
That would be cool.
Maybe we'll learn something on our travels.
Joey holds up her hands and kind of mutters to herself, "My paws are kind of clumsy."
And then he walks out of the room with all of you in tow and brings you. So, is there anything you would like to see while you are here?
Well, I know
The rest is
One-
just library and such.
one of the things I have always loved about universities is how inventive people can be and the certain innovations that can come out of them that benefit everybody. Is there like an engineering department?
They do not always benefit everybody.
When in the wrong hands.
Very how do you say, eager engineers and scientists have been a bit of a thorn in my side here.
Oh, do you mean?
You will understand. It is of a sensitive nature. I don't think I should say.
I think we won't tell anyone. We're very good at keeping secrets.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage, you child.
But you forget that my persuasion bonus is a +9. So
My
that puts
goodness.
us at 15. It was a terrible roll, but
Wow.
He laughs at you a little bit, does not divulge any further information, but says, yes, just some things are too advanced and people are simply not ready for it. We had an old teacher here, an astronomy teacher by the name of Bertie Slimtongue. Brilliant man. But he invented something that, frankly, the entirety of the Key East board was not ready for. The ability for an object to be pointed at another and in an instant using light and some sort of property that he invented itself, render an image on a piece of paper. But of course, somebody would easily construe that as witchcraft.
Can I make an insight check on Zygo when he says that, please?
You can.
Eight.
Nope. Nothing.
Well, I saw Gabe's face, and that y'all have.
Gabe has no poker face.
why would they call it witchcraft?
It's just some things that the general public is not ready to understand, some things that is too technologically advanced in a way that might make magic seem more reasonable.
That
So-
makes sense.
They police it. Yes, to poor Bertie's deficit, I'm afraid. He lost his job here and moved to Brickton, and I have not heard of him since.
Wow. What a sad story. Joey not picking up on any of the
Can I make another insight check on that comment?
No, you
That
can't.
last one? Arr!
But if Zygo wants to be covering, you failed that insight check. Zygo's covering just as well as he wants to.
Zygo's. I'll say Zygo's not trying to hide much. You saw recognition go through his eyes on the name Bertie Slimtongue.
Okay.
But yes, such things are again sensitive. I'm not supposed to speak of it.
Well, thank you for telling us about it. What professors do you have working on stuff now?
Yeah, well, there is Professor Brooke. She is working on something to do with the history of there are some unmarked islands off the coast just past that Dena Cruz, that pirate haven out east.
Ah,
There is an isle that is of some interest apparently, and she is coming back from an expedition from there, so she is writing her findings. And then, of course, Professor Honeyspot is working on the aforementioned projects that I cannot disclose to you. And who else? Oh, Professor Wallaby is doing something very, very interesting with taste.
huh.
Did you say Professor Honeyspot?
Yes, I did.
She is working here.
She is. Yes, you know her?
Ah, yes, we know each other long ago. We went to university together.
Oh, very good. That is
I-
interesting.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind me just quickly popping in to say hello and a quick greeting.
I have no problem with that. It is not possible today, for she is not here.
Do you know where she might be?
Well, yes, I know she might be. She is a bit late, but she was on an expedition just off the coast somewhere. Apparently, there are some caves that she was investigating for some sort of crystal, something of the like. And well, she was supposed to be back yesterday, but she gave a range of a couple of days. I wouldn't expect her to be any later than perhaps 2 more days, 3 more days.
Oh, she's off the coast in a boat.
Yes.
Joey gives a look at Zygo.
Zagreb doesn't look back. A crystal, some sort of geological discovery, I'd imagine.
Yes. That is what she told me, yes.
Of course.
Was it a particularly dangerous mission? Or...
I don't believe so.
Okay.
We'll be back in 2 or 3 days. No reason to be concerned at the moment. Sometimes the current passes. The nature of her work, again, is sensitive, so sometimes it is necessary to take slower routes of travel for reasons. I shouldn't say any more on that, actually. But if you would like me to notify you when she has arrived, I will, of course, do so.
Can I have an insight check on reasons?
Yes, go ahead.
11.
11. No, don't pick anything up. Just doesn't want to talk about it.
Does that change if it's actually a 12 and I added wrong?
No.
I thought
No.
Cut back over to the boat for a moment, where Nesbit and Sven are sitting on the dock on a barrel each, ripping off a piece of bug jerky, eating it as Nesbit is teaching Sven something in the middle of a lesson, a verbal lesson.
So Sven, what did this is more of a asking questions for him. What? I lost my family or parents when I was about your age. What did you used to do with your parents? You don't remember?
And he kind of like lazily like reaches forward and puts a hand on you, and you just like loudly in your brain get the thought, "No parents!" Like just like, woof, just like with your interior monologue, you think it.
No parents. Ah, understood. So you don't know them. See, Sven, something that you have to understand is that every single being has, when you're spawned, there were two people, or sometimes one in the case of bugs, but there is a spawn. Everyone has a parent. You just don't know them.
He thinks hard for a moment. He starts to recognize something, a memory that he's trying to hold on to. And he just puts a hand on your chest, and you see the image that he's seeing, which is a very, very young Sven, 3 years old, on a little rowboat in the middle of ocean, no land anywhere near around him, and the sky is the exact same color as the pale blue water underneath him. There's something about this realm that is different. Make an Arcana check for me, Nesbit.
Arcana. Yeah, that's a 12.
Yeah, you just get like this sense of a world between worlds. You're not exactly sure what this is, but this is not the oceans that are bordering Emporia. This is some strange, magical place. And you just see this little 3-year-old fox boy peeking out over the edge of a tall walled rowboat in the middle of choppy, but not rough, open water. And then he relinquishes back, and you're brought back to where you're sitting on the boat. And he just takes another big bite of beef jerky as he also ponders that. Bug jerky, not beef jerky. Jesus Christ. Not man flesh.
Sven? How old are you?
He walks over to the wall and he just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, around the boat, around the boat, around the boat. You lose count.
Mm-hmm.
And then he stops and presents it.
Sven? Because I've done this too. Were you trying to count out days or whole cycles? Mm-hmm. I thought so.
Oh my god.
Sven? Have you ever been able to communicate in any way with someone?
And he just puts his hand on you, and you get, again, the image of thought that is like this, like very aggressive and annoying in your brain.
Okay, I just like,
And then he like points to you like, yeah, that reaction is what I get usually.
No, but that's fine. Do you want Sven? I just need to know.
He holds up a finger to you and runs over to the ending 2 years that he's denoted, and points at them and circles about 4 years with his little finger, and then he just points at that.
You only remember those, or you don't remember? Oh. But you know that you're that? Sven? Do you... How powerful are you? Right. Okay, well, I assume that at some point in this many, you learned how to use a crossbow. So it's only logical. So I'm going to need you to really focus up and be better and access that memory, because it'll be really helpful.
He closes his eyes.
Yeah.
And he's going to make a wisdom save with advantage because you're motivating him. He rolls very badly and does not make the save. He picks up the crossbow with a look of absolute determination,
Oh no.
lifts it up into the air and shoots it. Oh God! Throws the crossbow in the water.
See, this is good though, because it means that age is just a number, and that people can be good or bad at things at any age. You are horrible at this, but we will find what you are good at, like you are good at being cute and painting. Also being older than, hey, Sven, do you want them to know how old you are? I'll let you explain it. Now Sven, let's go figure out how to sail. And Nesbit will now try to figure out how to sail if he can.
Investigation check for me.
Make a what check?
Investigation check.
Okay. All right. I'll use my inspiration on this. That seems about right. Okay. That is a 21.
21. You see a rope off to the side that looks very significant. It's tied to something. Roll an insight check.
Okay. That is a 17.
You should pull that. And a sail drops with the big dizzy spiral that paints the sail, and above it, a raccoon's face. And you remember that echo in your brain.
Branding is important.
I just grab Sven's hand and say, okay, can you, Sven? And I take him down to the cabin. I say, Sven, can you do that thing where you make yourself into a different a person, different face?
Hippo.
Good job, Sven. All right. Sven, and I grab his hand. Let's go find paints. You're going to paint us a new symbol. And I just start running through the streets, just going, and I just start screaming, this child wants to do art. Help me.
Oh my God.
Persuasion check, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. That's, persuasion. It's a 16. Because I'm in fancy clothes, right?
A child?
Yeah.
Who wants to do art? Help him, town. And a bunch of people whoop off and help you find paints for the little boy.
Okay.
As you are on a paint finding adventure, we cut back to the auditorium of the college, showing you guys the theater. Gordon Hoopstetter is in the middle of explaining to you. And so this is where we put up some productions every week. I direct many of them. We do all of the classics, all of the good stuff, you know, the stuff with lots of ritual sacrifice and lots of gravitas, and it's just, we have a cool sets. We have things that lowers the platforms in certain places to really create a dynamic space. It's very, you know, I can see I've lost all of you.
Wait, this sounds very cool. What is it?
Never
Can I
mind.
do that?
You can do anything you want, of course. If perhaps one day you shall find yourself in a band of players, and you will come here to hone your craft further.
That sounds fun.
I think it would be. I have fun all the time, Jojo.
Cool.
And then he checks to see if Nancy thinks he's interacting with kids well. What's on Nancy's face?
What's on what?
What's on Nancy's face? Are you like reacting to this at all?
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, that's cute.
Gordon makes eye contact with you, gets very embarrassed, and then looks away from you. Anyways, that's been your tour. But as stated, I shall of course let you know as soon as Miss Honeyspot is returned. Professor Honeyspot is always a bit late, but she always comes back with something interesting.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Okay, make an insight check. Go ahead.
No dice. Dirty 20.
Oh,
It's just it seems like whatever she's going to bring back is going to be a huge pain in the ass for him to have to deal with. Paperwork or just stuff that he can't talk about.
Hmm.
Yeah, he gets like a little clammed up when he starts talking about that. Quickly changes the subject as well. Anyway, did you want to swing back and look at Sigilla's chest again, or should I escort you out?
let's go look one more time.
Of course. He takes you into the same.
And if I might use a restroom or something?
Yes, of course. I will actually leave you here for just a moment with the box. The students have gone for lunch. Just don't touch anything yet. But if you decide you want to give it a solution a try, I will come back and we shall give it a shot. But just one moment. I need to see to something. And he takes off to towards the administrative wing where he just came from. Zygo, you duck into a little bathroom. What do you do?
He takes a
Okay.
poopy.
I'll do it. I'll do it anyways. I will. Zygo will disguise self again, to be a something complete. Let's say a what did I throw out earlier? A bobcat, a very small bobcat. And come back out as he does telepathically connecting to everyone else. It is me. Do not be alarmed. I feel like we need to get more information, and I do not know if the form I was in was able to do that. But in the meantime, can I perception check? Are there any sort of like cameras don't exist, but any sort of like thing that would be monitoring this area?
Nothing but magic would really be capable of doing that.
Okay.
Make an Arcana check.
I'll do you one better. While I'm in the bathroom, Zygo would cast Detect Magic.
Nothing registers as magic except for the box sitting there on the table.
Right.
Registers with enchantment magic, and then from within, there's something inside that registers as evocation.
All right. Zygo will say to the rest of the group, I do not know if this will work, but just make sure no one is coming. And we'll pull out the fortelescope and direct it at the box.
Make a wisdom save.
You by me?
I am.
Okay.
But it's a 21 and by you a 24.
Perfect.
Yay.
You look at it. I need you. Oh fuck. I need you to just make a straight intelligence check.
Good intelligence check. Okie dokie. Let's roll on the table. I'll bump it with the
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Yay.
Okay.
Hell yeah, that is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Second,
You cheeky little bugger.
You cheeky bastard.
you see 24 seconds pass in front of your eyes. In an
Fuck
you see yourself sort of walking around the box, investigating it and rubbing off some of the black charcoal onto your thumb and thinking for a moment. That was a 21 on your investigation check.
Dirty 20 on the intelligence check. Yeah.
You walk over to Zaza's hip flask and just be like, I need this for a moment. And you pick the hip flask off and you unscrew it and you begin to approach the 3 cups. And then you are back.
Oh, Jesus. I have to put that together. Okay. Zygo will do what he saw himself doing. Moving over, grabbing some of the sooty inkiness off of the thing. I need to borrow this for a second.
Sure.
Okay.
It's vodka.
Takes the flask. Okay. So I have the ink. I'm assuming water that is in there.
There is water in the flask.
Oh man. Hey gang, any ideas?
There is.
I
Do
would
I have to-
trace the symbols, fill up the cups.
Oh, make it half. Fill one of the cups halfway. Fill it all the way. Like fill it a quarter of the way, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's 100% what I meant.
Is that what you meant?
I know, but that's a much better idea.
That sounds great. Oh, but the black
Zygo-
one, maybe.
Yep, but I'm gonna smudge it. Zygo will do half. Fill the first one halfway up with water. We'll leave. I guess leave the second one. It's a full circle. Does that mean full or empty?
I would say full.
Full.
We'll fill the third one. Then, to not taint the water until the last one, we'll pour half a cup sort of over his thumb, letting the inkiness rub off into that center cup, filling it a quarter of the way.
And as that happens, there is a sound from within. And a little drawer pops out of the box sideways, and in purple dusted velvet, there's a about 1.5 foot long wand that is light blue in color and designed with what look like shards of ice and snowflake carvings along the entirety of it.
Holy shit.
Arcana check on it?
I mean, I have detect magic up still, and I
Okay.
know it's the evocation, right?
Mhm.
Zygo will slowly reach it up out of the thing.
As soon as you hold it in your hands and you see the octopus shape in front of you, the octopus's eyes mechanically open and words appear on its head. And the words are Gillish. Does anybody speak Gillish?
There's nobody around us still.
Correct.
Zygo will cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, you will.
Yay.
Gillish characters swarm before your eyes, and you read the words, "Show me only" on the top and "you" on the bottom.
Only you?
Show me only you.
Does that mean it's a invisibility thing? Does that mean it's a see in the dark thing because it's an octopus? Does that mean it is like a compelled duel thing where people would only be able to see me?
And the octopus eyes are looking at Zygo, or are they looking at all of us?
Open like a mechanic thing would. Roll an insight check.
I was just about to say, can we all roll? I'm doing it.
13.
Jesus, 11.
Oh.
Wait.
I will use my wheel reaction to
21.
bump.
I
I will let Zaza have the insight.
Puzzle is not yet concluded. There's another level to this puzzle. You have a reward,
No.
but maybe there's something else hidden within this box as well.
Oh fuck. Okay,
No,
so
you show me.
show me only
You.
you.
Show me only you, but it's also you. Show me only.
What's the Gillish word for only you?
Yeah, Joey, because I'm assuming Zygo relates all of this.
Yeah.
Joey pulls out her paper and little quill that she uses to write all her little thieves' camp messages, and she precisely tries to copy the word "you" in Gillish, and then hold it up in front of the octopus.
Nothing happens.
I liked that though.
What's the Elvish word for friend?
Yeah.
Show me only you. The octopus can see all of us at this, or like the open eyes will be able to see. Everyone else, go away for a moment. Just
Everybody-
back up.
This side of the room, still no reaction from the box.
All right, come back.
Can
Roll an Arcana check, Zygo.
And can I check around like the back of the box for any?
Ugh, that's so bad. It's a 7.
Can I try an Arcana check?
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, ha! I nat 20'd.
There it is.
Wow.
words themselves that are charging with some kind of magic, as if the words that have appeared on this octopus's head are like veins of magic tracing. There's something about the words on the chest. The solution lies there, not before the octopus's eyes.
Can Joey reach out and then trace you with her fingers?
Nothing happens. But as soon as you touch the octopus's head, you feel like a buzzing in your fingernail that like transfers up your arm, and you feel immense power. You're getting warmer. You can feel physically.
I'm literally getting warmer.
Well, but like and figuratively, but also like physically, like the energy is closer to where you are right now.
Can we cover all of the words except the word you? Just hands over them?
When you put your hands on there, Zygo, the octopus buzzes very intensely, but nothing happens.
You'd like a hug? Like, why is it?
Is showing right now.
Yeah, I'm helping Zygo cover it.
We can't. It's like like we couldn't like move these words around, could we?
Engraved in the squid's head.
What if we all cover it?
All now, all the words are covered.
Sure.
Okay. Still nothing happens.
What if we uncover both only and you?
So what? So which ones are you?
So show and me are covered only, and you are uncovered.
Yeah.
Only, and you are okay. Still nothing happens.
Oh, what?
What if we cover up everything except show me?
Yeah.
That's what we said. That's what we just did, right? Only you.
No, we did.
Oh.
We did the but we
What?
could do.
What if we covered just me? So it's show only you.
Nothing there yet.
Motherfucker.
It's not like you, like the letter U, and like covering up the Y and the O.
No, because it's a different language, right? It
Well,
wouldn't
like
be-
you're on the right track, though. This is like you're on the right track. This is it.
What if it's just show you?
Or show me, and then we cover up only you, because I don't think we've done that.
Oh yeah, show me.
That's
Yeah.
what I just said.
Great.
Oh,
That.
that's right.
What happens?
I think we thought you were saying the other thing.
What if we cover up everything but show?
Cover up everything except for show me.
We're gonna hit every
No.
fucking iteration of this.
Well, we
We
have
cover
to.
till it says
Right.
show. We cover till it says show me. We cover till it says show me only. We cover till it
cover
says
No,
show me
me?
only you. We
Show
cover-
me only you.
Finally, we're just trying all of these iterations as you cover up the word "you," and then cover up the words "show" and "only," and only the word "me" is showing. The octopus's eyes flash blue. And there is this connection of energy between the octopus head and the wand. And all of a sudden, the wand glows for a moment, and two little sides of the very, very tip of the wand just prong off into 3 points. And you feel the wand course with greater power.
Whoa.
Jesus. All right.
Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
23.
19. Very
23.
good.
There's people coming.
Nat 20.
With that,
Ah.
people coming.
These people go.
Okay. Joey goes, thank you so much, Mr. Octopus. We're gonna let go now. And then takes off her hands very fast.
Shove the one in the bag.
One's in the bag. That little drawer is still sticking out, but the octopus's eyes have gone dark and closed again.
Shove
Push
the
the door, yeah.
Okay.
There's water still in the.
So what have you tried?
We tried putting water in it, but clearly it didn't work very well.
Oh, clever. I see what you've done. Very good. And that did not work?
Oh.
I must say, an ingenious solution. I would have anticipated that be the...
Is it just him and us here?
Yes.
Oh, this is. I need to know more about Reshka. Zygo as this other creature, as a what did I say he was, a wombat or something?
Oh, Bobcat.
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 While he is looking the other way, Wombat Zygo will cast Charm Person.
Bobcat, not wombat.
Bobcat. It is a Wisdom 16 save.
Okay. He fails.
All right. Excuse me. My old friend.
Oh, yes. Hello.
I was hoping you could direct me towards the work of Reshka Honeyspot and might tell me where she is.
Oh, yes, of course. Currently, she is on an expedition to some caves, but her work is the third door from the right if you head up the stairs in the atrium.
Ah, of course. Any sort of a key or anything I'd need to get in there?
No, it is kept on a combination.
Would you mind?
Of course. 14, 15, 16.
Thank you so much. You couldn't tell me exactly where she might be, would you?
No, but I anticipate her returning in 2 or 3 days.
All right. I'll just go check on her work. All you just hang out, I guess. You should meet my friends. And the Bobcat Zygo will take off.
What happened to me just now?
I don't know. Your eyes went all fuzzy and you seemed a little confused. Are you thirsty? I think we have some water. Joey goes to grab Zaza's flask. Here, you look a little dehydrated.
Spell lasts an hour, so he would be under it for an hour. If
Oh, he's under for an hour. I thought it was a minute.
An hour.
No, thank you so much. I feel like I have just met a friend that it has been so long since I have seen, and yet I wonder why he has gone so soon. Oh, and like that, the question has left my mind. This is very good water. Cutting to Zygo, who is creeping along the hallway. Make a stealth check.
Oh, fuck me. 6.
As you're walking along, a couple of scholars stop you as you reach the door, and they just point to you. Sir, this is not permitted. I'm sorry. This is off limits.
I was told to check in on the work. I heard the expedition went a little bit longer and it's time sensitive.
Who told you that?
Oh, I came from Miss Honeyspot, Professor Honeyspot. Obviously not directly, but I received a missive.
Roll a deception check.
Jesus. Yeah, baby. That is gonna be a 22.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Well, here, and he unlocks it for you.
Much appreciated.
Just when you see her, tell her I said thanks for the. Never mind. I'll tell her when I see her. And then they walk outside and leave you alone as they head down the stairs.
Sargo pauses 1 minute with that dude, but then goes into the office.
And you walk in and you see lots of large objects under sheets and tarps. Nothing is revealed right here.
Oh, man.
Want to make an investigation check? And
but I don't want to disrupt anything. So as investigative as I can be without like fucking anything up.
I'm gonna pick up some. Not gonna do too much rifling.
Hell yeah, that's a dirty 20.
So one tarp that you pick up clearly is a desk. There is a little bit of stationery and pens in the cup, but nothing particularly interesting. There is a picture of Reshka Honeyspot looking as beautiful as the day you met her and filled with fulfillment and purpose in this image, hugging a very well-dressed, handsome Birdie Slim Tongue.
Oh, fuck off.
But other than that, there's just a couple of scribbled notes. There is a map that is annotated where the coastline of the Emerald the Emerald Coast is portrayed with a little circle to an inlet, and then some sketches of some very ornate crystal with some measurements next to it, and with like at least 50 ounces, just like some like scribbled dimensions of what ideally this sample or specimen would look like, and then a note to Hoopstetter just explicates should be back in a couple of days, gives them the date range. It's still very much within the range, nothing to be concerned about. A couple of other investigations, some large pieces of stone that don't really mean much to you, and one such object that will really boggle your mind. Make a quick insight check.
Make a boggle save.
15.
Something constructed out of metal, and there's tubing, and there's seems to be some kind of like pressure dials and such things that you would see on like a boiler system, which is very advanced for this particular time. And then a couple of other things that you're not really sure what they even are attached to the side of this. They look like different colored rocks sort of lodged into the side of like some sort of battery device.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's a big lever next to it that certainly looks like a pull this and make something happen lever. Does Zygo fall to that temptation?
He does not. Not gonna mess up her work. What are you doing, Reshka? He will go back over to the desk, and try and sketch where the inlet. Just try and get an accurate sketch of where he thinks this inlet might be.
Got it.
Pause one more time on the photo. Nobody else in this office?
No.
Disguise back to himself with regular eyes.
Got it.
And walk out.
And out Zygo goes. We quickly return to Nesbit and Sven on the boat. Now, Nesbit, what are you and Sven up to?
Did we get paints?
We got paints.
Okay.
Right. So you guys all return with paints. You can subtract 15 crowns because you guys got all the colors. The entire town.
We got the big crayon box.
A boy who likes art. Enjoy, son. Don't let the world crush your creativity. And you see very clearly above them now that you had walked down the street where there were many a painter sitting. There's literally an art school that you guys were walking down the street of, hence everybody's extreme enthusiasm. And you walk back to the boat. And you, Sven, curious, but not sure how to phrase this question, just touches you. So do we need to go somewhere?
No, well, not to paint, I think. Oh, do you mean do we need to go somewhere with your painting? No. Well, I'll just say this, Sven. If what I think I want you to paint allows us to get there, then we have a whole new thing to talk about. Sven, I think I want you as our symbol. It makes sense. It's the whole mission that we have. On this flag, please, I want you to paint the moon. And like I said, if we somehow are able to go there by you painting it, you and I are going to have a lot of a way longer conversation.
And he dips his hand in.
Oh my god. Fucking A.
We've got 3 months of quest time.
The sails are completely black by the time he's finished, and then you see he's starting to form this white circle in the middle with some of the gray silvery paints. As he does, the sails begin to kind of flutter. As if by like a breeze, but Nesbit, you like hold your hand up and nothing. Sven backs up for a moment as you guys are looking down on the floor of this boat, and the blackness sort of really like you start to kind of look at it for too long. It's so deep and dark and black. And then Sven touches you, and you have like a moment of panic because he's feeling panic. And he says, like, basically gives you the feeling that he can do 2 things with this. And one is one that he won't do, but he wants to let you know that he knows it's possible now that he's done this. In one of his outcomes, he can turn this sail magical, that might benefit the ship in some way. It won't be particularly subtle when this sail is flying, but it could be potentially completely game-changing for how you sail this vessel. The other thing he can do, which fills him with fear, you both just feel the potential. If he activated it in a certain way, you could step off into nothingness and be lost forever.
Well, oh my God.
So Sven, that conversation we were gonna have, we're gonna have to have it. Obviously, I don't want you to make a sail into nothingness. Because if we flew it, then we would just, whole bunch of bugs and stuff would just go flying into it like while we're sailing, just nothingness. It would be bad, Sven. We don't want that. It's incredibly cool. It's truly one of the coolest things you could ever have said, is that this would become essentially a sail that's a portal to the moon. That is, again, I don't want that, but I want that, but I don't. So Sven, I still think that the art that you made is beautiful. Look, if we ever have to sail on this boat, we can always put up a different sail. But for now, let's make it the most special one possible, because our colony deserves that.
And he touches his hand to a little handprint in the bottom, and the whole thing alights. You feel a very scary, frightening, activates primal fear within you. You feel yourself lurch forward a little bit as the sail flashes black, quite literally. And then it stops. But man, did you just feel the void for a second. But then the white of the sail begins to glow, still lying on the deck. Nothing happens, and then Sven points to the rope and tells you to pull it up.
I just look around and cast Unseen Servant and just say, like, hey gang, get used to doing this. And just have them like just start pulling the sail up as I just kind of pretend to do it.
And it does. And as soon as it does, you feel the entire vessel that you are in raise 5 feet.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking it.
So I instantly go like, lower it, lower it, lower it, lower it, lower it.
You motherfucker.
It'll be less subtle.
And what happens? Are we not flying anymore?
You're not flying anymore.
Okay.
But you get the feeling when you rose up, you didn't feel like you were out of the water.
Oh, we were just like, we had raised like a little bit out of the water. Like we had almost like less gravity. Okay.
That's the water as you do it once again really fast, just a quick test.
Yeah, I just like do it and I'm like,
okay. You see, as you do, the water around the boat literally picks you up 5 feet. And like, it's almost like a fountain of water that just like picks the ship up. This will allow you to circumvent storms with great ease. This will be extremely conspicuous. But what's literally happening is this gravity center in the middle of this sail, this enchanted sail, is causing water in a centralized area to gravitate towards the moon sail, picking the boat up.
I just go.
That's insane.
Um,
That's insane.
yeah, I'm just.
Lands back in the water at the regular level.
I just turn to Sven very quickly and go, Sven, what would have happened if I asked for any other symbol? Sven, I'm gonna do. I don't know. So I've done this a few times with Parkus. Soup. Sorry. Do you know high five? Do you know? Yeah, and I just like really hard, and I say, okay.
Freeze spray.
Now, Sven, is there a way to make a sail that looks the same but also doesn't do anything crazy? No? Okay. I'm gonna paint a sail. Oh, you're kidding? Oh, Hey, Sven, you're funny. Why don't you explain that you're funny to everyone? You haven't been funny this entire time.
Starts making the second sail. Again, you both feel like the potential for like a yuck.
Oh shit,
And
Sven, don't do that.
it's like a black X through it.
Uh-huh.
And creates like a cross through the moon, and it disrupts the image of what he's actually painted, and therefore it just becomes an ordinary image, and it dries and it flies as normal.
And like, okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can rig it so that I can we can swap sails.
Quick switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a quick, make an investigation. No, let's make this a this would be proficiency with sailing. So roll a straight check. You don't have proficiency yet.
Of what? Just a straight. What kind of check?
With modification of wisdom.
Oh, wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 19.
Yeah, you get them interchangeable. A little bit to figure out, but you do get them like on individual ropes. Sven has the brilliant idea of painting the rope that will lift the gravity sail dark black.
I'm just like looking at Sven, just like, Sven, now that I know that you're ancient and I understand it now. I understand you. In the fact that I don't understand anything about you, but it makes more sense now. Yeah, you don't either. You see, we're the same in that way. All right. Hey, Sven. Let's just sit down and hang out. Do you want to play some games? Let's play some games. And Nesbit just kind of looks up at the sail, now knowing the implications that Sven can transport to the moon, and just a little freaked. Nesbit just kind of walks below deck and just kind of sits there for a second.
Do you walk below deck by yourself, Nesbit?
Well, no, I would like for him to come.
Okay, Sven walks with you. Okay.
And just I think that for now I'm just going to sit down and start saying, all right, Sven, I think that this won't transport you anywhere, right? But do you have a name in mind for the boat? I do, but I just wanted to know if you did. Okay. Well, let's go back up, and I'll hold your feet over the side, and you'll paint the words "the colony," okay? And I just kind of take him and just all right, and then just hold him, just start holding him over the boat as he just with a paint bucket, Nesbit hangs it. Well, no, the paint bucket will be held by the unseen servant, and we can just start doing that.
Does he know how to write the colony?
I'll show him the basic shapes.
The image given.
Yeah, because it's an image to him. It's just an image.
He begins to do so.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back to the room where Zygo has left Zaza, Kano, and Joey with the box and the wand.
Wait, didn't somebody stash the wand in their bag?
I thought I stashed the
Yeah, he
I
did.
did.
And
Okay. You guys are alone, and you find yourself in this room with Gordon, who is charmed.
So, do you like octopi?
I've never met one in person. I have never met one personally, but I've
Yeah,
heard
me neither.
strange folks, so they keep to themselves.
Where did you find this box again?
Oh, me? Well, I did not find it. Our crew simply brought it in from the ruins of the Temple of the Father, found in Masengu off the coast.
Did they find anything else?
Not much. Ilish temple, so the entire thing is underwater.
Wow.
So
Who's the father? Do you know anything about him?
Oh, yes, supposedly the patriarch of the holiest of families, known of the father, the mother, the daughter, and the son.
Hmm. That's cool. I'd never heard about them until today.
No, not much is known about them. The father was never had much of a worshipped following out here in Emporia, even throughout any of the years. Not much is known about the son at all. So I am told the avians worship him in smaller circles.
would I know anything about that? Because I'm a bird.
You can roll a religion check.
All right.
Wait, have I rolled a history check yet about this Masangu?
I nat 20'd.
Whoa.
What a fun little thing.
The sun is the god representation of the air, portrayed by the sweeping winds that tear through the sky, making storms, sundering the land below, but also with like this element of freedom and just like anyone who worships the sun, son, would be probably a little anarchist, nomadic, a little bit like warrior monks of the sky.
Okay, and so that's the sun, but nothing about the father.
Not many non-avian worshippers of the sun, because it's said that when you peek through the clouds and you're called, it can only be among like your highest point. So unless some sort of like a mammal found a way to get high in the sky, they wouldn't even be able to have such a revelation, so to speak.
Gotcha.
You have never made that kind of climb because you have found your calling among more earthly grounded things.
Okay. Do I know anything about the daughter and the father then? Because they related to the mother, or
Nothing about the father. The daughter, well, no one really knows anything about the daughter, nor what she really represents. She is simply defined by a smattering of dots, but that could be anything.
Cool.
smattering of dots?
Yes, just sort of placed sort of haphazardly on imagery. And even then, there is very little mention of the daughter. Some even doubt it is a real religion at all, and there is no such thing as a daughter. There is only the father, the mother, and the son.
Can I make an insight check when he says a smattering
Yeah,
of dots?
you're the
Say-
effect of charm, so he's not lying.
23.
Yeah, no new information for you.
Okay.
I think we're hearing a little bit of exterior speaking in somebody. Some TV is on somewhere. It's very
I
loud.
think that's my end.
Okay. Just mute yourself when you're not talking.
I thought that was like cool museum noise.
Okay. So,
Oh, George, I did a history check of 13. Does that count for anything for
does
me?
not. I have no new information for you, unfortunately. But Gordon is sort of looking around. I'm even more parched than I was before. He is now out of water, and he's. Can we find some more water?
Of course.
Good. Let's go. And he walks out to the main area where there is a pitcher of cold water waiting for him. Is there anywhere else you wanted to go? Where is that bobcat, my best friend?
He's a little bit strange. He comes in, he comes out, he disappears, he returns, but we're really looking for our friend. Well, we'll see. We can just keep going and maybe he'll catch up to us.
Zygo, in his chameleon form, strolls back down the hall and catches up to them.
I'm sorry, I was in the bathroom for so long. It must be, aftershocks of my night with Mr. Baskrook.
Joey leans in and loudly whispers, Psycho has bowel issues.
All right, there's no need for that.
Experience Elon base crooks. Base note up close.
Yes, I did.
I am so jealous. I am so jealous of you. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you manage to contain yourself, so to speak?
Yes.
Roll a deception check.
22.
Wow, that is amazing. You are incredible.
Thanks.
I'm very jealous.
Oh,
Well,
you're very kind.
Behind his head, Joey is looking at Parkus, and going,
So is Zaza.
Telepathically, everybody shut up. This is fun.
He's still a little too charmed out to really notice that. I have your notice here. I shall inform you all. The charm person spell starts to sort of like wane as the do you let it go or do you keep it fully up?
I'd let it go as
Suddenly he starts to look around and says, I have to find that bobcat. Sorry, everyone. If what has just happened, if I'm right about what just happened to me, then I need to take care of a couple of things. I hope to see you all soon, and I will let you know when Miss Honeyspot is returned. Evelyn, if you wouldn't mind. And a sheep walks forward towards him, and the two of them begin to converse, and then the sheep runs off. We're closing early today, everyone. Thank you. And you are all kind of herded off of the campus. After you return to the docks, after quite the lengthy walk back, you all walk out to the same dock, see the colony painted on the boat, and see the black sail with the white circle with the lines through it on the mast. And all of you...
Before we would have left, I would have let him know that where we're staying, just so he can contact us.
He makes a note of it as he was making a note to just let you know, so he knows to send word out to the wrong resort and casino. All of you end up back on the boat. See the sign. Sven looks very proud, covered in paint. And what are Sven and Nesbit doing as we return?
I think if we had finished with that, Nesbit would have just been like doing like guerrilla warfare roles and just been like, come on, and just like teaching like somersaults, and then and just like seeing like how much scuffed up stuff is behind him. He's like, no, you have to hit the ground lightly, otherwise you leave tracks. You're like this.
Yeah, Sven absolutely bites it on the deck. Gets up very eager, getting up like little kids really fast. Like if he were speaking, he'd be like, boom, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Okay. Like going to do it again.
It's all right. It's all right. We know a few things that you're very good at, and now a few things that you're very bad at. It's all learning. I'm very bad at a lot of things, like talking to people. Oh, hi guys.
All of you return to the boat, marveling at the beautiful sail. Everybody make a perception check.
I botched.
No.
I might as well have 5.
18.
24.
24. A boat, very large, very ornate looking yacht has kind of pulled into the dock next to you. The plank has been lowered. Not a couple of sailors walk forward to help whoever's coming down the hill. And then walking down the plank,
I know what's happening.
you hear, "You gotta be thoughtin' kidding me." And Rory Pendleton is stepping off the gangplank. He drops the bags he was carrying.
Not who I thought.
And when we get back next week, we will roll initiative.
Oh.
So much, everybody, for
Fuck.
joining us this week on the
Holy
Kids.
shit.
When we get back next week, we'll resolve this goddamn nightmare. Thank you all for being here every
fuck.
week. Again, in the intern, check out Hero Club. We got a fun new interview with Lelia Symington on the podcast. Everybody feels bad. I can feel it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
What a
God.
bomb to drop at the end of that
What is-
shit.
Jesus.
George, what a bomb.
Does anybody have anything fun to plug?
Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
do. For once, everyone get off your D&D and go turn on CBS because I'm on this episode of FBI.
Hey! That
Hey!
was so many letters.
I know.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Oh, sign up for that class
Sign up
that
for-
I'm teaching.
Tasha's clowning class. Go sign up for that. It's all remote, so you
Cool.
can
It's
anywhere.
virtual. You can bring in your sketch, your stand-up, any type of stuff you're working on, and punch it up through clown techniques. And there's also another instructor teaching with me. It's gonna be freaking dope. But sign up for it.
Media for that, right? It's on your
What?
social. On your social.
Yeah,
Media.
it's the link in my bio if you go there.
Anybody else? Okay. Come by again. I think we are not going to do a DM's corner tomorrow. I did have a little something come up that I'm going to have to work on, so we won't be here for that. But what I may do is we may just I might come up with something else to broadcast. If I do, I'll tweet it out. Check out the Hero Club Twitter. Follow us on all of our social media. Don't forget to do that to get any cool updates. We have a lot of very cool stuff that we're going to get to announce in the next couple of months. We're really excited about, so stay tuned in. And then besides that, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next Tuesday, where we will resolve our party's long-awaited reuniting of the Pendletons.
Oh my God.
Was it awaited by anybody?
Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.